Welcome back to the Lifespring Age, episode 24, Food for Thought. The group leave Haven Oral for the next adventure, with a few stops on the way. Laffy struggles with a head cold and makes a new friend. Follow us on the socials for our artworks and memes.
There are 5 of us. Can I just say, I'm handing out 1 normal healing potion to every party member, apart from all of us 5. So Rusty doesn't have one, but so the 5 of us.
So is he there when you hand them out?
James, I don't know.
But well, no, I'm asking. Like, you have the option to basically exclude him with him there, or exclude him when he's not there. Like,
I mean, I wouldn't have really.
Wait, hang on. Right, how much for 1 more?
50.
I just give you the money. Just get him 1.
Okay, Rusty has a.
Don't make him. Don't leave him out.
Okay.
Yeah. You're on thin ice, Rusty, is it?
Can we just buy him a bottle with water and red food coloring?
Cool.
No, we need to buy him a fruit shoot, like a red fruit shoot.
That's his healing potion.
That's his healing potion.
Yeah, so everyone has 1 basic healing potion.
Basic bitches.
It works as an action surge because he gets fucking zoomies. Like sugar rush.
And then so Laffy has a great healing potion. I have 1. Who? Can I say
I told
heal?
you I'm fucked. I'm sorry.
I can do a tiny bit of healing, not very much. AKA Wither and Bloom.
I'll give you. I also have 1 great, which I will give to you.
Okay, I do also have those
Special potions.
those 2 potions I can make, and I can just make both of them healing instead of anything else.
Okay, then Kudo, you have a greater healing potion.
Okay, I guess.
Hey, I'm being nice.
I don't know why you. No, you're serious. I don't know why you personally don't keep it. You're the one.
I have another one.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we will begin, and that was I'm going to keep all that in, but we're going to begin. The real, this is what people come to listen to. It's me
Hello,
getting pissed off
everyone.
about the fact that you have to listen to me
Hey, guys.
puffing and puffing when you ask me how much stuff it is.
Do you hear how much
James,
of a
what
bitch
difference
James
does it
is, guys?
Yeah, this is the real James.
This is the real James, not the happy-go-lucky guy.
Because Damiel was that.
Yeah. It was fucking 2 whole ass weeks ago.
It was 2
We
whole
had a
ass
little
weeks ago.
party for Lorelei. Oh yeah!
And the awful happy birthday.
We sang Happy Birthday. Which
Did you leave that in, James?
Yeah.
Ah, jeez.
Did I not tell you? I actually.
Yeah. Can you send this to everyone else? Because I think only Beth and I have heard this.
Yeah, I will.
It's so incredibly terrible.
It's genuinely one of the worst things you'll ever hear in your whole life.
The thing is, everyone listening has already heard it, so
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
I'm sorry on James's behalf.
And this is how tired I was when I recorded it, because I couldn't spell happy, so it's happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Please
It's so bad.
So happy birthday. Yeah, so that's the thing that happened. Lorelei had a birthday. It was really nice. It was a good moment. And then we had 2 days downtime as everyone was invited to move into the Silver Hut dormitories or rooms, whatever you want to call them. There is ample space there for everyone to have a room each. There is much more space in every single room than in Wolf's flat. The only person that I struggled with a reason to move in was Wolf. But I just said to Jeremy, how can we make a movie?
Guilt trip, mate.
Guilt trip, yeah. Because it was kind of annoying that we didn't.
I know as a DM and a person it is easier, but as a character it makes no fucking sense.
No sense. Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? So he's just it was just logic. And then you had a couple of days downtime as people moved in, did things. So without labouring the
Wait, I can
point,
give you a reason. Wolf has just been evicted.
Oh
No.
yeah. You left some bread in the in one of the cupboards for 3 weeks.
Basically, because of the random pet that he put into the apartment.
Rusty, can we just get this clear? Rusty's a person.
Rusty, no, it's because Lou let herself in and didn't lock the door, and so some people got in, and you broke your lease agreement by not securing the door. No, it's fine. Whatever it is, you moved in.
I mean, James, you can give me more reasons to hurt Lou. I don't mind.
No, you guys are friends now.
Friends now.
That's not true.
What was that peace agreement about? The peace offering?
Yeah, the sword. Yeah, but no. So you've all
Take my
moved in
sword.
for whatever reason. One, most of you didn't have anywhere else to live. Two, it's a nice place and a big map, and it means there will be NPCs you can occasionally interact with who can give you information and do things you can't do, like identify objects and, you know, whatever
Oh,
the
The most
Thank
scripted
you.
you've ever sounded.
Yeah, I'm not reading the script. I'm
I
just
know, it
staring
just
off
sounds
into
like
the
it.
distance. I'm literally looking at why I said that absorbing tattoos are 250 gold and thinking to myself, why have I done that? Yeah, so that's
Well,
happened. What
Is
else
it
happened in those?
250 now?
Yes, but it's single use. We've had this conversation. I
How
wanted to
single
move on
use?
from this, please.
It's okay.
Yeah, so you guys, it is a brief summary as possible. What is it you've done in the 2 days? For the Silverhook, I'll give you an indication. Timothy has been largely absent. You haven't really seen much of him. He kind of like made kind of general noises about assisting people moving in and then was just never about. Cal and Jericho were trying to drum up some work. They're looking for their next big adventure and big payday. Riptide was about helping people move in, and then midway through the first day, she disappeared at like the mid-afternoon and came back and she dyed her hair pink, and that was like her big thing. And she is going to be coming with you,
Yay!
for a little bit because like she likes the Silverhook. They're like three very good mates, and she's very much like the addendum to that
Yeah, but we're
party.
cooler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Shut the fuck up, James. We are cool.
Yeah. So
Rusty
she's going to be
alone
joining you
is
for a little
cooler.
bit. She's not going to be she's heading out to the. She's going the same way you are. She isn't going to the same place you are. At some point, she's going to be breaking off. She's off doing her own thing, trying to make a name for herself and make some money. And that's what the Silverhook did. So let's go to well, I know Wolf and Laffy have done something. So in a couple of sentences, what have you spent your 2 days doing, Yuko?
I think it's very simple. They found a place and had a date. Pretty much it. And then moved in the other day. It's very simple.
And
By
Laffy got a
fridge
cold.
mechanisms. Yeah, Laffy
Yeah.
got a cold, yeah.
Laffy caught a cold.
And she's
and-
feeling very sorry for herself.
Yeah. I think they just. Yeah, like
Wolf
went to
so
like.
sympathetic. Yeah.
Well, I'm not in character.
Asher doesn't give a shit.
I've been sympathetic all day. No, so
T-posing to each other.
I think
And Laffy occasionally sneezes.
they found like a zoo or like some place like a park and had a date, and then the other day they just moved in themselves to help people move in.
Okay, did you buy those potions or were those the ones you bought?
Yes, I did.
Okay, cool. So you bought a handful
Probably
of
would have been
potions.
on the way sometime.
Yeah, there's plenty of shops about. Kudo, what did you spend 2 days doing?
I went and found a funny item.
Mhm.
And I don't know, but I went on the search for any informations on the Devourer Consumer.
Yeah,
That one.
you weren't. I mean, okay, let's roll an investigation check. I meant to do this in the week, but I forgot. So you roll a little investigation check, see what you find.
Wait, James,
Uh,
telling us
that's
you
an-
forgot to do something during the week?
Yeah. 11. The name consumer, like, in relation to bad guy things, pops up a lot, but it's because it's like Azeroth, the great consumer, the demon lord consumer of souls, Glorkin, the consumer of bone. You know, it
Glorkin.
just pops up all the time, but nothing is called like the actual just the consumer. It very much seems like this is a pseudonym or a nickname. It's very difficult to narrow it down with an all. But yes, you bought yourself a funny little cool guy item, did a little bit of investigating, bought some cool shit. Lou, what did you do with your 2 days?
I bought some stuff, mainly a few healing potions and boots of elven kind,
Mhm.
which I will put to very good use on a later date. And I've also been trying to gather some information with little effect.
Okay. And last but certainly not least, Azalea, what was it you did with your 2 days chill out time?
So I think she did a couple of things. One of those being getting a bit more familiar with the city because
Mhm.
she's a nervous bean, and getting used to people and the place, and I think that's kind of the flavor for her taking, because she can change proficiency with a mental ability after a long rest, and I think that would be persuasion. After going around and having a chat with those people, and then I think also she went and picked up her magic little spell book that's going to help her be a bit better at casting things, even though she doesn't really use books all that much. And the last thing is she went out and sourced like by hand a load of funky grasses that she's dyed and then woven together into little bracelets that she's going to give everyone. They're friendship bracelets. I know I said it's so gay, but that's what she's done.
That's really cute. Okay.
Jen,
Awesome.
just one other thing I want to know. I'm not doing this personally. I just want to know, how did the night at the gay bar go?
For who?
Everyone.
Yeah, for all of us. We
Oh.
need to know.
Well, I mean, as I
There
said,
was
like
that
Timothy,
thing.
Cal and Jericho arrived, and they like, as I said, like Jericho is full on leather daddy. And,
I forgot you said that.
yeah.
I
So he turned up
You
and
said
was very
that.
much like, we work hard, but we play hard.
Oh.
Just like full Monty.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Cal was just kind of, he went from like business Cal to disco Cal. Like
He was already really drunk though.
he was really drunk. Yeah. Like I don't know how long you were probably at this game, but maybe an hour or so. It was pounding music. Riptide was there. She was like trying to like not fall out of this dress she'd put herself into. Was getting very annoyed with all of the people like swarming around her. So like would have been like trying to have a good time, but was a bit hassled by it all. The two guys were there. They like firm, they're like, oh, you're the usual guys, like slippery nipples and whatever they call it, like all the fruity cocktails. They knew what the favourites were. It was a good night had by all, but the next day there were some bleary eyes, like Cal and Jericho were not seen for like most of the day.
Okay, that's all I want to know.
Yeah, it was a good night. It's a good, clean, family fun was had.
Fun for the whole family.
Fun for the whole family. Yeah. But yeah, so 2 days pass. The sky is clear. Summer is thoroughly on the way. Like it's kind of like midsummer now. I think like we started off, it was spring, like the end of spring. Now it's summer's in full effect. It was quite a hot day. The skies are clear. Birds in the sky. Little puffs of cloud here and then. The sun's beating down on to Haven-Orel. It's quite early in the day, not early in the morning, kind of like mid-morning time. You've had a chance to have your breakfast, and you are stood outside the Silverhook's apartment, or now your apartments rather, ready to go, heading off to the east, heading off to Cadonshire there's a couple of things you've got to do. You've got to go and pick up Bruno, who is this very old elf guy who Wolf has been sent to collect and bring back, though there's no particular rush to do that. And also swing in to this place called Greencrest that you've been asked to pop into. It's going to take you at least a day or so to get out of the city from where you are. It's a big old city, a lot of walking, and it's going to take you probably another 2 days past that to get to Greencrest, and then maybe 1 or 2 more days after that to get to Wolfscath. So
can I ask one thing, by the way?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we discussed in the 2 weeks. Did I get that thing? Let's say it out loud just in case.
Just email me because I can't remember.
Um,
I pay attention, but my brain this week has been garbage. Yes, you did, but the revised one.
Okay.
Yeah, that would have been on the second day, or like you would have found it like under
the
some
morning
boxes
of second
and
day
stuff,
or something. Okay.
Yeah. That was I will fill in the blank with that item now. Lorelei, my dearest, I must first congratulate you on the successful removal of the White Tigress. Her influence on the path was quite antithetical to mine. Chaos for chaos's sake. Now she is gone, the other 3 will fall into line under me, I hope. Though they will not hold back while dealing with you anymore. They think my efforts are wasted. But I know when all is revealed, you will see the light and the truth of what I am trying to achieve. Watch out for the Fulgar Furies. Those mages hold a grudge. So sorry about my little deception. Though I needed a face that would stay your hand, I trust it didn't come between the two of you. Honestly, she looks like a sweetheart. But back to business. Please keep this brooch on you. If the rest of the path start proving to be a problem, then you will need to act against them. This is how I present the information. My bravest soldier, my cerulean wolf. You may not believe me now, but I truly have your best interest at heart. Have the happiest of birthdays. Love, Elder Noxious. I've given myself some time to put that in, so that's fine. Okay, the listener, so the listeners will know what we've just heard.
Okay.
So,
hey guys, how you guys doing?
How are you guys doing? So, you ready to go in the morning? How's everyone feeling as you get ready to step out on your second big adventure?
So this is I guess it's the third day after Wolf's birthday, because it would have been 2 days. This is the morning of the third.
So it would have been your birthday one day, and then
second day, morning of third.
Third day.
Yeah, just making sure.
I'm not going to be. I do not anticipate us playing for another 362 days of game.
I don't know. I'm just wondering. Yeah. I'm not going to keep track of every day. I was just wondering from my own brain.
Yeah. So, how's everyone feeling? Are you ready to set this off?
Right. So.
Excited! It's time to get going, and not staying in houses for very long periods of time is not what we're about.
Yeah, I think for Azalea, this is like we had like it was like 3 sessions in one place, and in terms of game, you've been in the city for like 5 or 6 days now.
And had like laryngitis or whatever for most of it as well.
You've given laryngitis to Laffy somehow.
Oh, that's the...
Oh no!
Don't know what happened in that bar, guys, but
you know what girls are like when they're drunk.
Wait.
Okay. What? Okay, that's a really weird one. Okay, cool. So you guys are ready to set off. You're heading off down the road. What are people doing as they travel? Like, what? So describe, paint me a picture. How are you guys traveling? What's it like?
I mean, probably like it was most times, probably leading the way since she just knows the area the best. So we're going to Greencrest first. So I think
it is on the way. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Wolf would just be. Probably rather different to when the group first met. She's probably more talkative, just chatting with people, and just leading the way while looking out for whatever is around.
Yeah. So I've moved you to the world map. So if you're right bang in the middle of the city at the moment, you're heading to Cadinshire, which is where Wolf grew up and where Runo's going to be. And kind of Greencrest is just kind of outside the city walls, so it's kind of between the two places. Not like right in the middle, but it makes far more sense to go there on the way than it does to go on the way back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are people like looking out for particular things? Are you, keep an eye to see if you're being followed? Are you stealthing? D&D stuff, guys. What is it you do?
I'll be looking out for Dragonborn. It sounds racist, but yeah.
Okay. Can you make?
I mean, you've made me.
Yeah. Fair. Can you make me a perception check, please?
Oh my god!
Double nat ones.
She gets caught looking at Laffy's eyes.
no, like
either eyes. I don't know.
You're not quite sure, but there could be Dragonborn in like every alleyway. Oh no, fucking hell no! Oh, Kudo! Ah, Rusty! Ah! They
like accidentally confuse Rusty with the Dragonborn, almost shoot him, like, oh no, that's Rusty.
No.
Oh no.
I would say that there's a lot of people wearing hoods, and that's really throwing you. Maybe it's to keep the sun off their heads. I don't know. Or maybe it's like the summer this year where the sun's just been really hot and you just don't want it touching your skin. But there are a lot of people wearing hoods that's really throwing you. You can't tell who is and who isn't a Dragonborn. It's not stellar times.
Happy I got that now.
Yeah. Anyone else doing anything?
Just keeping an eye on anyone following them.
Okay, can you make me a perception check, please? Double that
Yes,
one.
I can.
Double that one. Double that one.
Okay.
Oh, how disappointing. 15.
Decent.
Thanks, James.
So, with that, at first you don't see, like, obviously being in the centre of the city is very relatively quiet. It's not, you don't see anyone following you. As you move and you're weaving through the streets, you start to get into the busier part, like the more residential area of the city, where there are smaller areas of shops that are just generally a lot busier. It becomes a bit harder to figure out. You don't feel like you're being followed. You don't see the same people. There are like things you see, as I mentioned, lots of people wearing hoods. You do see, with a 15, you do see occasionally there are those people, you'll catch them out the corner of their eyes, especially in the kind of less salubrious areas of the city where there are slightly higher crime rate. You see these people in the doll's masks, like just out the corner of your eye, then they disappear and vanish, but you don't see anyone following you.
Every time I catch someone with a doll mask, I glare at them and my hand reaches for my short sword, not quite, just like resting my hand on the pommel.
Yeah, it tends to be in a bigger area, so sorry, bigger isn't right, a more occupied area. So obviously just these guys are pickpockets. They would be in like the busiest areas where people are like naturally bumping into each other. I'm trying to think whether or not they'd see you. Are you like trying to obviously scare them?
Not quite. It's more like when you're looking around and someone is like coincidentally also looking your way. You like meet eyes that way.
Okay. Well, because of the mask they're wearing, you can't tell when you meet eyes. But we'll bear that in mind for the moment. Laffy is just having a coughing fit in the corner, or rather attending to a stray dog. That
she's just helping Rusty.
Yeah, helping Rusty, getting some food off his face. Azalea, is there anything you do as you travel through the city?
I think she's just happy to be out, seeing as we've been in the city for so long. So maybe keeping an eye out for, I know it sounds weird, but like those weird blood plants we saw quite a few times, just to make sure they're not making any reappearances around.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. You can make a perception or investigation or nature check, please.
So 4 things though.
Perception, investigation, or nature.
Well, so here's the thing. One of my extra skills is plant identification. So can I add that in?
Of course you can, yeah.
I love
You have a
that.
special skill. What the fuck would mine?
By the way, now that you mention it, has anyone watched the... Oh, sorry.
What's the...
And then my ID is the D12. So
Oh, nice.
So 11 plus 7,
18.
18. So you're traveling through the city with a specific eye to keep an eye out for those purple and red plants. You see the occasional poppy, sometimes a red daisy, sometimes a what are they called? A forget-me-not, like a very deep blue forget-me-not. But you don't see any of these, any of those very distinctive and very uniform red plants.
Okay.
If you cast your mind back, I'm going to say 3 months. It's probably 3 months. Those plants were all uniform. They kind of just scaled up and scaled down, had the same leaves, kind of same kind of blady texture to them.
yeah,
The colour
like
was
they were
really the only
exactly
thing.
the same.
Yeah.
Plant to plant. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Kudo, is there anything you were doing as you travelled?
Since I've only just received the upgrade for my sword, I will focusing if my sword reacts in any special way to anything.
I'm gonna use emotive wording here, and take from it what you will. The sword is happiest when you're closest to laughing. The sword is, I'm gonna say, ambivalent about leaving the city. Like it's a sword. It doesn't travel a lot. Like, it doesn't. It sits in a scabbard. It doesn't get excited when the scabbard goes to different places. Maybe if it ends up killing someone, it might get a bit happier. But it's happiest when it's with Laffy and seems to be, ambivalent about the journey you're on at the moment. It's just on the road again.
I guess it won't make a difference, but I meant more like in a radar. Is there danger to Laffy close by
I see what you
thing
mean.
way?
You haven't sensed any. It hasn't got like excited or worried recently. In the city, it doesn't seem to be too worried. It doesn't seem to be too stressed out as you pass through. It seems to be react to these kind of these large threats that threaten large areas rather than pickpockets or assassins in the street. It doesn't seem to react to those. They are out of its kind of sphere of knowledge.
Okay.
And funny, Laffy, now you've finished mopping some juice box from Rusty's face. What is it you're doing as you travel through the city?
I think she's just trying her best to keep up with everybody, because she's feeling really rotten. But she's not gonna be like, guys, stop, I need a minute. Do you know what I mean? So she's just like struggling to keep up, but also like putting a brave face on and just being like, yeah, I'm excited, let's go.
Can you make a deception or performance check, please?
I can definitely do that. I don't know how well it's gonna go. Why do I have a +2 to deception?
You do have
Oh my
heroic.
Oh my god! Okay, there you go.
Well, my line was going to be if Wolf had noticed, she would have given her a hand, but never mind.
Yeah. So Rusty's gonna roll insight. No, okay. He would have offered to carry you.
Aw.
Well, he could as well. He's a strong boy. Piggybacks.
I'll go for a piggyback.
Yeah, you can ask Riptide. I'm just bringing up a character sheet now. Riptide. So Riptide is just like, she's also glad to be on the move. Like she's, as I said, like the person she spent the most time with has been Azalea. So like she's like bezies with Azalea, and like is asking for her like opinion on the new hair, because previously it was just like natural sea elf, like darker blue, swept back, and now it's this kind of more shaggy. Wolf described it as like bonbon pink, but it's like hot bubblegum pink. And she's quite taken with it. She like every time she you know, if you have a really severe haircut change, every time she catches sight of it in like a piece of glass, she's trying to get it in a position she's happy with, basically. But she's like loitering around Azalea and not asking. Like she's asked a couple of times, like, oh, does it suit me better this side, like that. Like she's clear because she doesn't have like girly things. She doesn't have like things like that. So she's going to the asking for help there. But she's just bootling along. As you wind your way through these city streets, the normal city life is in effect. The magical battle between the two gangs seems to have simmered down. Still small incidents of it, but there's no longer like fireballs being let off in the street. Don't know why. There are like normal life has started to return. You don't see many like active Dragonborn on the streets, though there were some red Dragonborn in full plate armor running around only a few days ago. You don't know why. And so now that normal life has resumed, the preachers are back in trying to rattle up some new attendance to their churches. There are people selling loaves of bread out on the corner. There's fishmongers, there's butchers, there's cheese merchants, there's wines. And as you heading down, there's this big crowd that's all standing around this one big area where there's this quite a old looking gnome dude, like a rock gnome, is stood around, and next to him is this like bronze statue of about gnome height, but really like doesn't have like the lithe gnome limbs. It's like really chunky looking, so it's really thick.
A bronze statue.
Like a bronze statue. Like, have you ever seen Buck Rogers in the 31st Century?
Ages ago.
So do you know the robot in that with the big hair?
Yes.
Yeah, it's that. Imagine that.
Okay. So it's like the gnome.
It's about the same size as the gnome. Yeah.
Okay.
And every like he's talking about, and people like stood around in a circle, like pointing at it and gasping at it, and he's like clearly like trying to either sell or give like interest people in the thing. I just posted it into the VTT what it looks like, this weird little thing that he's yeah, exactly. Less like the wiggy robot from Buck Rogers. It looks more like the Clockwork guy from the Return to Oz film from the 80s. You know, the Clockwork Soldier guy.
Yes.
like really
That sounds
horrendously
terrifying.
traumatizing. Yeah,
So James, out of game, is this an auto gnome?
that is an auto gnome.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I know what to write down in my notes.
And so this guy is there, and he's like, well, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, the auto gnome is the greatest and latest in defensive capabilities. Just one of these can do the job of several of your human or humanoid guards. Please allow me to illustrate. And he turns to the gnome and says, auto gnome, patrol. And the auto gnome starts walking around in a little kind of like, I'm going to use the word goose stepping. Obviously, he hasn't got his arms out, but his legs are going like 90 degrees in front of him, and he just rocks forward, and then he does it again. So it's just like clank, 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 clank in a circle, and then returns back to exactly where it was stood, and then like kind of simmers down a little bit, and he's like, see, it does not need to rest, does not need to eat, does not need to sleep, does not even need to be paid. It is a wonderful invention that can guard your homes, guard your banks, guard your shops, guard your places of business, guard your children, guard your pets, guard your kitchens, guard anything you want, from mere 500 gold apiece. And everyone's like,
Can I ask? Because in a lot of Wolf streams, there are, like Warforged or robots doing this. Does this like trigger like a flash memory of something like that?
This is much smaller.
Yes,
so
of course.
The constructs are these huge like things. Some of them look like they've been carved out of like the rocks themselves, like arcane empowered rocks that are held together with like lightning bolts, that kind of thing. Some are very live, some are very big.
So less metal constructs, more like golems. Like
that kind of thing,
and stuff like that.
But then there are some of them that looked a little bit like these. Usually they have been damaged and destroyed. Can you make a history check, please?
Do I have advantage?
What's it for?
Well, Faithing's undead. Yeah.
This is a construct, I'm afraid.
Okay. I have a question. Is this specifically for this creature or just in general?
Because
my special skill is to remember dreams and visions.
Okay, so what is it you
Well, you asked me to make a history check, so I don't know what you want me to know.
Okay, so what information do you want to know from the 19 you just rolled? Like you probably maybe give you some more if you. Well, I mean, it's a 19, so I will tell you this: the knowledge of the creation of constructs, kind of much like the rockets in World War II, didn't really exist beforehand. Accelerated at an incredible rate during the war, and then kind of like stalled. And then effectively stopped after the fact, because these creatures were wildly unpredictable and very unreliable, and in some cases almost impossible to destroy. So that people had made these effectively war machines that you could point in a direction and it just would not stop until it fell off the side of the world, kind of thing. And it wasn't impossible for them to be turned around. That was perfectly a very normal thing. So they basically made weapons of mass destruction and released them against the undead. And as you'd seen in your dreams, these things were it wasn't exactly a 50-50 split. It was 70% undead, 30% its allies that it would kill. But one of the specific things that the Midnight Hunt does, as well as looking for undead, is you are distinctly keeping an eye out for unusual constructs, because these all these things are meant to be turned off. They're not meant to really exist anymore because they're so wildly unpredictable and dangerous.
Hold on 1 second.
You would also know without a 19 that the creation of a lot of the constructs was done by the gnome kind up in Yadrodan, up in the mountains where the gnomes live. A lot of that stuff came from there.
So this would be I should probably investigate this. How is this
would be, I'm not going to say it's basically you were at a car boot sale and someone's selling working weapons.
Okay.
Oh, what the fuck, kind of. You got a license for that, my dude?
Do I recognize this gnome salesman?
No.
Okay. I just said to everyone, I'm just going to take a look at that, if that's alright. Thank you for your input.
Sorry, cut out. What did you say?
Did I cut out?
Not for me.
Well, my internet cut out.
I'm just going to check out this gnome construct, I guess. That's alright.
What does he need?
I'm just asking the group, but only you were talking. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah,
mate.
sure, I guess.
Just walk over to.
Not like I can stop you or anything.
He's shaking it like, oh my god, why do I even bother?
I was just making sure. I don't know. Man.
So I'm assuming you guys like follow a few paces behind Wolf. You weave your way to the front of this, and this.
I do. I mean, I do have a mask.
Okay, that's fine. The gnome is saying now. One of the things we need to be aware of with the auto gnome is even though they are impervious to paralysis, petrification, and poison, they are not indestructible. And if they do take too much damage, they may have a small malfunction. So that is one thing we need to be aware of. But though, as I say, they are perfectly capable.
As he's talking, I just want to say in his head, malfunction how?
Oh.
I make it clear. I make clear that I'm the one talking.
Okay. There are a few things that could happen. It can it could lose its vision for a few moments. Arm may fall off. The might explode. They say it's very rare that it happens. Pardon?
What's that third one you said?
Well, let's say if it's hit significantly hard enough, there's a small, very small chance that it could freeze up. One small chance that one of its arms may drop off, its eyes may pop out, or it may explode.
And this explosion, how large are we talking?
He kind of like opens his arms a little bit, so it just encompasses the gnome, and then like steps back, opens his arms a little bit wider, and then like steps between you, so it's like a cone almost. And he kind of like has one hand, and you can see that he's kind of judging whether the gnome is in one space and where you are. And he goes, "Yes, I'd say about maybe 20 feet."
So what you're saying is this thing might be useful, but if someone hits it hard, it could kill a whole bunch of civilians or the person who had bought it.
Very small. I mean, with any purchase, there's an element of risk. You could buy some chicken, and it may have salmonella in it. You think you're having a lovely chicken dinner, and you end up with the power squirts.
Yes, but that is usually down to the person preparing it. Sometimes not.
Well, exactly. It's with a person preparing the attack.
Yes, but you're the person preparing these gnomes, I assume.
Oh no.
So, are you just the salesman?
I'm just the salesman. Yes.
And who are you?
Oh, my name is Winterish Gibbelin.
Jesus, James.
Winterish Gibbelin.
Winterish. So like winter-ish.
Winterish Gibbelin.
Gibbelin. Okay, I probably spelled that completely wrong, but it's fine. Alright, then who's the person who creates these?
Oh, well, these are made up in the north. These are made. These are the finest of the Malloy factory lines.
Okay. I do know who that is.
1 second. I'm just going to roll one thing. What's your passive insight, by the way?
16.
16. Let's just roll a quick.
Oh,
you would, when he says it's the finest of the Malloy factory lines, his eyes like dart back and forth. There's a element of caginess about what he's just said.
Surely you wouldn't be lying to this whole crowd of people.
No, these are from the Malloy factory lines, of course. Yes.
You sure?
Oh, yes, definitely.
You seem a little bit tense.
No. They're definitely from Malloy's factory lines. With that, you get the feeling that he. Okay, your passive insight you picked with the fact we said finest of. That was the bit
finest.
That he,
okay, sorry.
Yeah. They are from the Malloy factory lines, but these are not the finest of. These could well be the factory overruns.
I don't feel like that is his finest work I've seen or heard of better.
Is this all in his head, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay. He's gotten onto that and realised that not everyone else can hear you. Yes, the finest of Malloy's creations, right here. My young girl, if you'd like to discuss them in private.
I'm going to say it out loud.
No. If you'd like to discuss
James,
them more in private,
you can't stop me from saying something.
I know.
It's not the character, but I'm speaking out loud. Wolf is going to say, "I think this gnome is lying. These are not the finest. I've heard and seen of better creations than this."
Yes, well, we can all say we've seen many wonderful things, but I say, have you ever seen one this compact, this light, this shiny?
No, but I've not seen one that could explode a whole city block, a whole corner. If it gets dinked too hard.
Well, I mean, I do not come to your place of work and disrupt your work, my dear.
In the middle of the street, people are walking past.
The crowd is like muttering and starting to disperse. He's getting quite hot under the collar now. It's like, you really are not helping me here. I'm trying to empower these people to protect their homes.
That's exactly what I'm doing, but I don't want something that if he gets shot in the wrong spot is going to blow up all of these people.
And I suppose you, as no, he's not going to bring up the kneecapping because he just certainly will know about that. But he's going to be like, he's going to start going. Well, I say they come with a guarantee and a full, a full.
But a guarantee is not worth it if the person's dead.
Well, I mean, no, but if you were buying it through a business, the business would be the one holding the guarantee, not the person.
Yes, but I don't think people are going to bet their lives on something like this.
Listen. What? Come here. Why are you doing this to me? This is my livelihood.
And this is mine. I'm a protector of this city, and I feel like this is slightly too volatile.
I think you're quite unreasonable. I'm going to take this to the Alliance themselves and see if I can get a license to sell these things here and get it approved, so I don't have ruffians like you coming and disrupting my.
Wolf just like under the blush, she smirks slightly and like pulls out the badge of the Midnight Hunt. Ruffians.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry if my language offends. I say you've done me a disservice here today by preventing me from selling my very fine and reliable wares. I will take it to the Alliance and maybe ask them if I could get approval to sell it. Rather,
if you can get approval, then that is completely fine. But on the streets, selling things like this, who knows? Someone could come down and shoot a bolt, and everyone in that block could have exploded.
But why would they do that?
You've been seeing what's going on. This is
no, I heard about it yesterday. Why would they do that? I thought this was safe.
There's been things going on, and I'm trying to keep this city safe, but it is difficult. There are a lot of things happening.
Well, maybe if everyone had an autonym, it'd be different. But I say, come on, Gunther, and he holds out his hand, and a little gnome. Yeah. He like swings out his hand, and he holds its hand, and they like both clank off, like to his cart. And he starts loading the autonome into the cart.
He just looks back at everyone else. It just says in their heads, sorry about that.
What did you tell him? He began to freak out.
Well, he said that those gnomes could explode if they were hit too hard. And do about this much, and she does like the same thing that he was doing, about this much damage.
It basically was a fireball like, not damage-wise, but like fireball area worth of damage, yeah.
So I just don't think that was the safest thing for more people to have.
Is it a good idea to let him take it? Because he might just sell it somewhere else.
Well,
we couldn't just steal it off of him.
I don't want to do that.
I bet I could.
Not legally.
Oh, well.
What I'll do is I'll keep an eye out for a guard or someone nearby and let them know. While we keep walking. I did get his name, so.
Yes, his name. The name that I definitely had planned and didn't just
Winterish
wildly send my eyes.
No way, we could never have guessed.
And from now I'm going to pick names that James, will never remember, but the Tyranno has to type out.
But
no, he loads the autonome into his cart, gets in, like, is staring absolute stink eye at you, and is like clops towards the center of the city, towards the Alliance headquarters.
He's walking and he's giving stink eye. Wolf's just like, she's like following his look, but just like no expression, just probably to make him more mad.
As just before he turns the corner. He sticks his tongue out and then he disappears.
Wolf just gives like a salute.
But yeah, so he passes around the corner, out of sight and out of the game forever. And you guys are.
So yeah, I
able
would have said I would have gone to like a guard or someone, given him the name and what's happening, and
Can
let
you
them know.
spell that for me, please?
Oh, WINTERISHGIBBILIN.
So, oh yeah, that's yeah. That's how I thought. That's my uncle's name as well. Very
Sorry.
common name in these parts. it's like Lafayette, super common name. Loads of people got it. No.
Yeah, he's trying. He's the auto gnome was called Gunther. Just keep an eye out if that's all right.
Oh, thank you, thanks, boss. And you guys head on as you wind your way through the city. You travel for a few hours. Do you stop anywhere for lunch? Do you know how hard are you traveling? How quick are you guys trying to get there? I know Laffy is, I don't want to say lagging behind, struggling. She is soldiering on. She's a brave little soldier, but she is not traveling at full speed. I would effectively imagine she's got a non-mechanical level of exhaustion on her. She's like she's not looking as lustrous.
It wouldn't
as
be half though, would it? Just be like a few.
No, it's not. No.
10 feet or something.
She's just like, she just has to stop for a breather every now and then. Every time she goes past the shop that's selling like teas, she's like, chums.
Would we notice this?
I mean,
Do you need me to re-roll deception?
Well, it's up to you. How are you trying to not let the party see how poorly you are?
Yeah, she doesn't want to be a burden, so she's just like, everything's fine, like Monica when she's like, I'm fine.
I'm fine. Yeah.
And she's very fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely think I want to insight that then.
Yeah, let's all re-insight. Yeah.
Re-roll
Peru
deception.
just died, by the way.
Okay. Hopefully you are talking about his connection and not the person.
Yes. I mean, I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
If
no.
he would have died,
My passive is 16, so.
Azalea with a 26, Rusty with a 16.
Well, my passive is 16. I did roll, but.
Okay.
I
so
know
we'll
the exact bacteria that is in her body.
Yeah. I will say this. Can you make me a performance or deception check?
She did roll. She did roll a 12.
She did roll. So remember, you have advantage in hero points.
It's fine.
Okay. Literally everyone bar Wolf.
Well, my passive is 16, James. I don't know how you.
Oh yeah, that's fair. After an hour or so, it becomes increasingly obvious to almost everyone that Laffy is struggling, soldiering on. She is, her lips are. Her nose is red. It's usually like paler, but like it's a little bit red. And she's got the sniffles. She's coughing. She's not like dying. She's just, she's just not. She's not firing on all cylinders. She's got the fantasy cold. So with that in mind, how hard are you guys traveling?
Wolf noticing that would have like slowed her pace, because I think unless told, Wolf just goes. But considering she saw that, she like slows down to like a more normal walking pace, because I feel like Wolf does walk pretty quickly. Just like a.
Walks for 5 days in a row.
Yeah. Just like a casual sort of like a stroll. Probably noticing that just while they're walking and Laffy's head, she says, do you need a hand?
Sorry, I have a very loud dog in the background.
It's just Rusty.
The dog's
like
barking, man.
She's just like sniffling and she's like, no, I'm okay, don't worry.
Laffy, you can say it, you don't have to hide it. We're all fine with you being ill. It's a normal thing.
I know, I just don't want to slow everybody down.
It's in Laffy's head, you can't hear me.
Not about one-sided conversation.
Again, she can talk back.
In the head,
it's implied, unless I say specifically, Laffy can speak back in my head.
Wait, is Lou the only one that didn't notice?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure her passive is higher than 12. So like, even eventually, you would cotton on to the fact that like people are starting to like crowd around Laffy. Riptide like pokes her head up and looks like, "Hey, all right, Dole. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna find somewhere to have a nice, refreshing cup of tea.
Have like a late lunch.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I could do with a little break.
Yeah, a little breather, a little soup, maybe a little snifter. Keep you on your feet if that's all right. I know we're not in a rush, but
I do just want to say, I do just tend to walk quickly unless someone tells me to stop. I just.
well, I
It's
have to
okay.
put a leash on you then, Wolfie.
I do also have a tiny bit of poppy juice if you want a painkiller just to slip in the tea, but that's up to you.
Mm-hmm. Wait, it's not, like the brownies, right?
No, it's precursor to heroin, so.
Yeah, it's just when you go to the
Yeah, that's
policeman and
better.
knocks him out. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
it would
fine.
be better for a cold. Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, you find a. Let's see what you find. You come across a in the slightly less busy part. You've travelled a fair old way. It's like you've been travelling for like 2 hours. Oh, excuse me. You've probably walked like 4 miles from the centre of the town. You come to this slightly more wooded kind of green area, and you come to this place called the Wide-Eyed Willow. It's a pleasant place. It looks very nice. It's a tree that's growing out of this wooden kind of rounded inn or cafe. And there's like Riptide kind of leads you in, and as you enter the Wide-Eyed Willow, you
Is it like
feel as if,
like a tavern?
like more of a cafe.
Okay.
More of a cafe. And as you enter the Wide-Eyed Willow, you feel like you're in a sunlit forest in the Feywild. Colourful beads of light float around the interior, illuminating the shade from a central willow tree that's thriving indoors. The smell of moss, mocha, and freshly tilled earth fills your nostrils as a short queue of customers wait patiently for their orders to be filled by a busy half-elven woman with braided hair and a wry smile. There's a small sign by the counter that declares tea is 1 silver, cold brew 2 silver. Ask about our new customer policy.
Oh.
A half-elven woman.
She's got braided hair.
Okay.
She's got kind of like rubyish, like ruby brownish skin. Yeah, she's this very pretty half elf woman. She's probably, I'd say, like late 30s, early 40s in how she looks. So I don't know what that would be in half elf in terms of like 80 years
60,
old.
70?
Yeah, 60. But she yeah, she's just like a nice looking like middle-aged lady. And she the place is very chilled out. Like there's a handful of people in there. There's no great rush. People are served when they get served. And she kind of nods to you, and there's a table that will easily seat the 7 of you, I guess, 6 or 7 of you.
7, yeah.
Jesus, yeah, it's a hell of an adventure.
Including Rusty at 7.
Yeah. So she gestures you to a table, and there are, there's plenty of things going on. She gestures over there. There's like little menus, and it's like there's various teas, cakes, sandwiches, soups, things like that.
Could I possibly get a tea with some honey and lemon in, please?
Yes, my dear. Oh, you poor dear. You sound positively dreadful. Would you like a cold brew? It does a wonder. It does a wonder. Would soothe your throat, bring your temperature down. Yeah.
Please.
Wonderful. Yes. For the rest of you. Anything?
Water.
That tea actually does sound amazing. If I could have one of those as well.
Yeah,
I'm not
two-
ill, but
No.
Like-
2 cold brews, 1 water.
By cold brew, you mean tea?
yeah, I
Well,
was thinking that, not
It's
the coffee.
it's an infusion of leaves, dehydrated leaves. So it's effectively a tea, but we steep it in cold water overnight, and it infuses the tea rather than burning the flavour out. It deeps it out, gives it a much richer, deeper flavour, and gives it longer to infuse.
I'll just have
Do
the same as.
you heat
as
it up
Matthew.
afterwards?
I haven't. It might make it rather bitter. That would be my fear.
With
But you can
honey
have a
in
hot
it?
tea if you like.
Do you have any soup?
I have soup. We have we have chicken soup. We have egg soup, and we have butter soup.
Butter soup?
Butter soup. Oh, some we call it fat soup.
Oh.
It's a bit hot out for fat soup, but with how you sound it, I'm going to suggest the chicken. Okay. Anything? We have sandwiches.
Wait, Laffy, aren't you vegetarian?
Wrong character.
Which one is it?
Eb.
Oh, I can't keep
No,
track.
Azalea's vegetarian.
Azalea's vegetarian. So that's what I
Yeah.
mean. Yes, okay.
We have cress sandwiches. We have salad boxes. We have fruit salads. We have the kiwi surprise, which
What's
is
the kiwi surprise?
kiwi surprise is steak frite. Surprised there's no kiwi in it.
It seemed like it'd get very difficult.
Yes.
Can I ask? Sorry, what is the customer policy? I'm just curious because the sign said to ask about it.
1 second.
He has this written down before.
I have this in the book I'm holding now.
Oh.
Bear with me. It just says ask about it.
Make it up.
I'm asking.
And it doesn't give me any information about it. Oh, 1 second. Oh,
I imagine we're all just staring at this woman.
Yeah, the customer policy is everybody's welcome. Previously, we didn't cater to those carrying weapons, but our new policy is that we want people with weapons to come in, so the weapons are off our streets, and everyone leaves and is relaxed.
Do you have a lot of problems with people who carry weapons?
Well, sometimes, yes, especially with all the problems we've been having recently with the fighting.
Oh.
I'm sorry to say.
So you don't have any kind of, like, protection?
Oh, I have me. I'm a dab hand, and we have Mink and Wink in over there, and she kind of gestures behind the counter, and there are two, what look to be like, at first you don't really see them, it looks like floating lights, and you realise there are two pixies, like, serving behind the bar. So we do okay, and as I say, we don't really have much trouble in here. It's more outside.
May I ask something? This
Yes.
is very fairy, like that has that whole sort of thing. Are you connected to it in any way?
Well, I did travel to the Feywild. My parents were Eladrin. One of my
Wow.
parents was Eladrin, and we. Well, my mother was Eladrin. My father found his way over there, fell in love, came back with me, and I've always found it myself drawn to the Fey, and it empowers me. And she kind of gestures to a tree, and Laffy, you would realise she casts Druidcraft and makes one of the buds like open up.
Oh.
What's
Can
your name, by the
But
way?
just my name's Ruby Sunbeam.
Ruby. What was that name?
Sunbeam.
Sunbeam.
Can I do a nature check to figure out what kind of tree it is?
It's a willow tree.
Okay.
I did say.
Sorry.
And the name of the bar is also the wide-eyed willow.
That was it.
So it's
yeah.
a willow tree, yeah.
And
you
whatever
don't
the
need to-
cost, we'll pay for it.
It would be like it isn't super cheap because you got two people buying
That's fine.
a relatively expensive cold brew and you got food. I'll say like it's a like 1 gold, 3 silver kind of thing.
Cool.
It's not a lot. And
Wolf
if you want to leave a
pays
tip,
for that.
yeah.
Wolf is 1 gold, 5 silver.
Okay, so thank you. I'll be out presently. She heads back in and she's very serene as she walks in. She walks through like a swinging door, and you hear her go like, "Oh, it's 2 fucking cold brews, you dick!"
Wolf just says to Laffy when she's gone, you know, I did say we should have gone after that. You found that fountain. You should have gone to town quicker. But she just like
Yeah.
wipes her mouth. It's like a cloth.
I'm fine.
Gives the
As
look.
she's making the cold brews, the Mink and Wink, the 2 pixies start like you hear their voices and they're very high pitched like bells. They're like floating along and they're like
Go on,
gently
James.
mocking the
Yeah,
staff.
do cheek again.
No, so gently mocking the the clientele. So there's a guy there who's eating like an egg sandwich and he's got it all over there, and you don't know which one's Mink or Wink. Go, that's you, the guy who can't even eat an egg sandwich without getting it.
How's
all
that
down his-
worse? How's that so much worse? Oh my god, I didn't think it could get worse.
This actually hurt my ears.
Yeah. And so they're like gently, not like being mean, but like gently teasing the customers. Some people are like laughing, some people looking a little bit pissed off.
Oh my god, it's like Karen's Diner.
That's what I
Yeah,
was
Karen's
thinking.
Diner. It's like so there's a guy there who's got like a cup of coffee and a pastry, and he's quite like a hefty fella. And one of the pixies goes past and, "Do you need that pastry?" kind of thing. And he just rolls his eyes, and he's just like, "I have this every day," and it's like, "I can tell." And it's
What does
just.
this mean?
I think it's
and
very
then
well
they could go back and start
teasing by
working.
nature, so I think
Yeah,
that-
it seems to be not bad. They don't tease you guys. It seems to be the regulars they tease.
yeah. People who they know probably take it.
Yeah. And after a couple of minutes, they bring out the 3 cold brews, chicken soup, a glass of water, and what was it you wanted, Wolf?
No, just the same as Laffy. So
Yeah, and so did anyone want the kiwi surprise? No. Okay.
no.
No.
No, Riptide's having like a proper lunch. She's having like a panini, and she's gone for a tea, like a normal tea. And so those of you who have the cold brew, you drink it, and this stuff is like she clearly knows that you're unwell, and it's got like a little bit of a kick to it, not like a chili, but like a ginger kick.
She's got whiskey in it.
You drink it, and it's sweet, it's spicy, it's cool, it's zesty, and it's got this like it's all of the things on your tongue. It's amazing. And for the next hour, you feel like really energized, and you have a +2 to initiative rolls and passive perception.
Oh,
Jesus Christ!
So
What a
everyone who
good
drank
tea.
that.
Yeah, everyone who drank the cold brew. Yeah.
That's perception.
Is that why
18.
British people are allowed to colonize others? It's just like, it's just a team of
Jesus. I will say we don't do that anymore. And also it was Greater Europe. Yeah, it was Europe kind of as a jet, like so it wasn't just the British, it was also the
Also
French.
can
I
I
thought you were
Germans,
going to say
the
it as a joke. It's just a prank, guys.
But yeah,
Just say
we
you
do
live
not
in.
endorse colonizing people. It's wrong. Just
I mean,
say
yeah,
this.
we're very sorry for it.
Can I
obviously.
just say
Let me
Peru
formally
lives in
apologise.
Peru lives in the Netherlands. Netherlands was one of the worst
also,
colonizers
the
as well.
Dutch, really didn't mess about.
I'm Swiss. I don't care.
I don't like tea.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway,
That
so
took a turn.
as
did
the
it?
British have formally apologised for the colonial era.
Yeah, but haven't paid for the bloody reparations yet.
Oh my
Let's stop
God.
talking.
Yeah,
Let's just.
we. Okay,
So, Laffy's ill.
I don't know what's
Laffy's
your
ill.
problem. What do you have so many historical whole world difficulties? Bad history.
Um,
And
So this tea
I'm
gives us
just-
+2 to initiative and passive perception, James.
yeah, it does. Yeah.
Okay.
And tell you what, Riptide's panini looks fucking epic. Rusty
what's-
is.
And
I
I-
forgot about
what's in the
Rusty. He also eats and drinks something. He has the kiwi surprise. No, he has the kids meal that comes in a little box
It's like a
that
happy
he
meal.
can make into a
Of
hat.
course.
Yeah. And he's got
I
like
have-
a little orange juice.
James, I have two things. First, I want to get in for a panini and a hot tea as well.
Mhm.
Second of all, does Rusty get an ice cream in a treasure chest?
No, he gets one of those ones with like a chewing gum at the bottom that he thinks is like a Malteser or something, and bites into another.
Oh,
Yeah.
Careful,
Rusty, that's
Rusty.
not. Oh no,
And then he tries to swallow it.
Oh,
Rusty, don't.
The whole thing, like a
Luffy,
dog.
Luffy, you know when somebody like just throws all etiquette out of the window? She just picks up this bowl like a cup and starts drinking this soup.
So this soup is it's like velvety. It's really good soup.
Ooh.
Obviously,
it's
it's not going to mechanically do anything because you are not mechanically buggered.
Ill.
But hopefully, the thought of really hot soup pulls you, the player,
I
from
want
the brink.
hot soup so bad.
I just had the worst thought ever. Eat, citation marks, eating a soup with a straw.
Oh,
Oh,
no. I actually had one of those snack boxes, like you get the in COVID we had like these snack boxes from different countries. I had one from Japan, and it came with this tin of what I thought was pumpkin soda. I was like, "Oh, this looks weird. I'm gonna drink this." I opened it and drank it. It was fucking soup in a tin can. It was.
Oh my
I was nearly
God.
sick. Oh, pumpkin
Well,
soup,
they
right.
they do sell everything in a vending machine.
They do. Anyway, so you guys have lunch, refreshed and ready to go. Those of you who had the cold brew, bouncing from foot to foot, and as you're leaving, the Ruby comes and goes, "I'm glad the cold brews had the right."
Everyone's
effect."
eyes like dilated.
Yeah, I will say, be wary. Some people have known to have a bit of a sugar crash from it, but nothing too bad.
Didn't tell that beforehand.
Well, it's only those who get really juiced on it. I thought you were big, strong adventuring types.
Yeah, I just like to know.
Looking at
Rusty
Laffy.
have it.
I made sure not to.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
holding mine the
Rust-
entire time.
Yeah. But yeah, so oh my god, that is a pretty rough effect actually.
Oh,
So
Jesus, James.
yeah, so you guys head on, and
You
as
gained
you are
4
walking,
points of exhaustion.
no,
What?
it's not that bad. It's you walking
It's 3.
along, and after what hours it for an hour. So after you're traveling on, you're feeling good for like 45 minutes, and then the carbohydrates hit your stomachs, and the tea starts to wear off. Can everyone who drank the cold brew make me a Constitution saving
So
throw?
it's me, Laffy,
And
Me.
Rosalia.
Riptide was it? What's Rip not Riptide?
Riptide just had a normal. Ooh. Oh, okay. So Bunny and Azalea, I will say you both have advantage on hero points.
A 15 is a
No,
fail?
I think I'm
15's
fine
a
with
fail.
this.
Jesus,
Whatever
James,
happens.
what did she put in this tea?
Okay, so
Jesus.
It's
you
tea!
you start having what we're calling the cold brew crash. The lethargy, like all the sugar has passed through your systems and is now circling your lower intestines. You suddenly feel like all you want in this world is a nap and a coffee. You have a -4 to initiative and passive perception, and you are just wiped out. Like,
James, what the fuck?
I didn't read that until
Carry
the
me,
end of it.
Riptide.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my advantage and try that again, and if not, then Rusty's gonna have to give me a piggyback.
Yeah. You're not.
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
19? Okay.
Oh, hell
19,
yeah.
19 passes.
Well,
Oh,
Laffy
fuck it.
wants
Now
to
I feel like
piggyback
I have
anyway.
to. I can't be the only one
Hey,
sleeping.
but this way you get a Riptide piggyback.
I will say,
Which is the
Riptide's
lesser
like,
time.
I don't do piggybacks. I'll just carry it, and she just picks you up bodily and
Oh my god.
like kind of like baby Bjorn in it.
Check.
I mean, if you want to.
It's fine.
I mean, are you going to complain even if you succeed
I'm
it?
not gonna.
I succeed.
Yeah.
Oh no, Riptide, keep carrying
Oh
it.
no! Oh no! Please carry me, Prince Charming. As you heading out to the city. But you carry on for the rest of the day. Obviously, the party's been, having fun, laughing, doing all these different things. Can somebody roll me a d20, please? It doesn't matter who.
Of course.
I'm not even going to try.
It doesn't matter if you roll high or low.
6.
6. Okay, that's fine. So you progress through the city. There's lots of things happening, as I say, in the city. It gets busier, it gets quieter. Around 3 o'clock, just maybe an hour or so after you have this crash, that you like kids start leaving from school. You carry on walking. You're heading further and further east. People start leaving work a few hours later. You're about another mile out from the center of the city. The day is still very bright. Knowing the city as well as you do, Wolf, there are a couple of nice places that you could sleep in the near vicinity. You know of a particularly nice one that you get basically like not mates rates, but like you could expense the night. There's a nice inn by a river called the Red Herring.
It's a lie. Yeah. If it's getting to that about that time, we're close to it.
Yeah. I mean, you know that you're like you could potentially make it outside the city walls by like midnight, but then you'd have to sleep outside.
Yeah.
Whereas if you like stopped,
How
at,
far?
like, 6,
How far are we from the outside of the wall?
you're still a good few hours away. I mean, but it's the difference between like sleeping in a really nice place and starting early tomorrow than
Yes,
or sleeping
yeah.
out in the fucking wilderness.
When Wolf's like, "Oh, we're near this place," she just turns to him and says, "Does everyone want to have a good night's sleep before we go out on the road properly?"
Azalea's lightly snoring already.
Laffy desperately nods.
I'm good to go, but the others seem to be struggling, so we can go tomorrow.
I do not care.
Well, I don't know if there's any wells for you to sleep in, Lou, but maybe this place that old Wolfie's picked out will be okay. And you come round it. It's this beautiful, very very nice building with this deep red wood. Maybe it's I don't know what kind of wood is deep red, but it's this deep red wood, and then this like palish lacquer between them. It's basically that this place prides itself on being like almost like Rivendell, like the last nice place to stay,
The last homely house,
the last homely house kind of thing. Like people say, it's like the softest beds and the finest linens. It's slightly posher than perhaps you're used to. So you walk in and like its double doors are open for you. It's thick shag carpet. It's like there's an aura of calm and like serenity inside, but very posh. There's like bellhops and there's this like harp music playing in the background.
Would I know how much a room costs here?
Normally, it would be 3 gold a night.
Okay.
Per room, but for the midnight hunt, you don't like they've got an existing agreement kind of thing. You can just show your badge, and you will get the rooms will go out from a
company card.
Yeah, company card. Yeah.
So Wolf would go up to the innkeeper or the person sitting like at the desk. Yeah.
So again, it's a half elf woman. This one is that she's got this like very in fact she's got very similar hair to you, kind of like a silverish color, but it's much darker, but kind of like an inky grayish black hair that's pulled back, and it's shaved along the sides, so it's kind of like a flat mohawk. She's got these deep very light piercing eyes, very similar features to you actually, Wolf. And she looks at you, and you hear very distinctly in your head. She goes, "Do you have a reservation?"
Would I know this person?
No, you don't think you've seen them before. But there is a.
Sorry. Can you just repeat this so I can write that down?
Yeah, so she just bears like she's like similar features to you. Like she has very similar, facial shape. And she's
what color? Sorry, what color did you say the hair was?
Like an inky, silvery, blacky. It's like similar to imagine yours, but much darker.
Okay.
And it's shaved at the sides. So she's got very angular features. Very. I don't say that Wolf is like overweight or underweight. Because she's been pictured quite voluptuous. She's quite athletic. This woman is thin.
Okay.
Like her body type is thin.
Like like a supermodel.
Yeah.
Or not
like supermodel or like starved.
No, not the starved. Like someone who, just like Wolf has been pictured as like curvaceous, lithe, willowy. Perhaps would be a more polite way of describing it. I don't. Really want to dwell on
Wolf would be sort of like not confused. I assume I wouldn't have seen this person before.
No.
Okay.
I mean, this would be a place. Maybe you would have seen this person before if you stayed here before. I'll leave that up to your imagination.
Say no, so that's more interesting.
Yeah.
So Wolf sort of like, as this person talks to her, she just like raises an eyebrow and is like she gives like a slight smirk, like she's like not, which obviously she wasn't expecting it. This is the normal thing that other people do, and she's like, no, but she like thumbs around for a second and pulls out the badge of the Midnight Hunt. I'm part of the Midnight Hunt. This is back in.
Yes. Okay. There's this like moment of like disappointment on her face, like perhaps she's used to rich people staying here, so she gets tipped quite well. There's like a brief glimmer of disappointment, then the mask is back up. Very well. And how many rooms will you be requiring for yourself and your compatriots?
How big are the rooms? Is there more than one bed, or is it one bed per room?
There is, if you would like, a suite that would seat, I think, 4 of your guests, and then we could have maybe 2 others in a room, and then 1 to share.
That sounds good.
Yes.
Well, there's 7 of us. I assume Wolf and that would be in one room, and Rossi would be in that room. That would be 3 in one room, and then 4 in that bigger room.
In the other. Yes, yeah. Yes, we could. Yes, that. The wooden. We can see if we can find a cot bed for your kobold companion. He doesn't seem to take up too much space, but yes, we can make that. Will you be dining with us tonight? I'm afraid that the hunt's credit will not stretch to the meals.
How long has it been since we ate? I mean, I guess we've been like
4 or 5
hours.
hours.
Yeah. Sure. Well, okay. I've been here, but not seen this woman. How expensive is the food?
Oh, this is like central London high. This is
Jesus.
like
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's very expensive.
Yeah.
Wolf just turns to the group and in their heads say, "This place is very expensive. We can get rooms, but the food is going to be very expensive."
Rations, I'll eat that.
I mean, how
Can I
expensive
answer in
is
your head?
expensive? Because I have a lot of gold left over because I've not really bought stuff.
How expensive
Well,
is it?
if you wouldn't mind, I can, keep a hold of that for you.
How? So is that okay? I assume it's like a dining.
If you would
room,
like
it's
to see a
kitchen.
menu,
yeah.
So she gestures to the a la carte.
Just like
and
look to the side.
It's so whereas you normally
How much
pay,
would it
like,
be for a meal for everybody?
You're talking 5 gold for everyone.
That's fine.
That's
I'll
okay,
I'll
actually.
take that. I'll pay for that.
Just for context,
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
a
equivalent
lot.
of £500.
Yes.
Yeah, gold is a lot
James,
of money. Yeah.
Laffy has 574 gold,
I know, but you're a
and
druid.
she's not spent anything.
I know.
So let me just treat all of my friends to food.
Yeah. So you take them to you get okay. That's fine. There's an a la carte. There's like it's just like inside. There's like one of the, I don't know what they call them. Those things where there's like a chef at a table like cooking the food in front of you, like to order and like flipping prawns in bowls. You know what I mean?
Yes.
There's that. And there's like a slight element of theatre to it. You peer in, and they say, "We would ask that you attend the dining hall, not in your travelling clothes. It's a fine eating establishment."
I do not have any fancy clothing.
Just
any.
I think it's just not the armor and everything, right?
Yes, but also
well.
obviously no weapons.
Yeah.
Sorry, that should have been clear. We do not allow.
Have you
weapons
seen
in the
these
dining.
arms? By the way, Kudo
I'm sorry, I didn't purchase tickets to the gun show. So,
by the way, Kudo is very much not
I was
strong.
gonna say, is this check like 10?
Yes.
Yeah.
so she hands keys over and allows you, and she gestures to the bell staff, the bellhop, whatever they call them, the guys who like show you to your room, and they take you to this. They basically opens some doors, and behind it is a very kind of like a 10-foot by 10-foot room, and he steps inside and like kind of like waits for you to come in.
By the way, Wolf would have said to Laffy, would have given Laffy the key to their room, and just said, "I'm going to talk to this woman quickly, if that's alright. I'll be up in a minute."
I'm just gonna lie down for a bit, if that's cool.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, thank you.
So he gives her a kiss, and as she walks in.
Takes the key and
So
immediately
much
like
snot,
flops.
I just kissed your forehead.
It's like just a kiss the cheek. Yeah.
Yeah. This is sweaty.
Oh.
No. So you all walk into this room, this very small. It's like almost like an extended cupboard, and as the last of you steps in, the guy like pulls this gate across, and he pulls this he's wearing this kind of like golden bracelet that wraps over his hand, and he touches the top of the door with his hand that's got this golden bracelet in, and pulls it down slightly, and you all feel this really unusual sensation of the floor rising. Obviously this is a lift, you know what it is, but in the fantasy world, lifts are really cool and not normal.
What do you mean, James? Lifts are really cool.
Yeah, lifts are awesome. And so like he almost elevates you to the second floor, and then he presses a button, like you hear a clunk as it locks into place, and he pulls the door back in, and he gestures for you all to leave, and he shows you the suite, which has got these 4 relatively nice but maybe slightly small bedrooms with 2 bathrooms and like a seated area where you can all like congregate, and then gestures to this kind of like not honeymoon suite-esque, but room. There's like a double room with like a cot bed in it for Rusty, and he kind of shows you where it is, and then he kind of stands there and does that thing that guy in Home Alone 2 does and rubs his fingers together, like, you know, got any gum kind of thing. Does anyone have any gum for this guy?
He's asking for money.
He's
I'm
asking
not
for
in
money.
there, so I can't.
No.
Wait,
Okay.
is he-
Any
who's he
fucking money,
taking?
get away from me.
He's
All
taken
of you are
like
up there.
everyone but Wolf up. He's taken everyone but Wolf.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I don't know how much is acceptable to give somebody, so I
No,
feel like Laffy
no,
would
do
just
not
hand
give
over a
him-
gold piece.
No,
He's
no,
very happy with that.
take the gold piece away from him.
No, what?
You do,
Blue, what are you doing?
you do not give these people a gold.
I
2
give him
silver
another gold
and
piece.
Yes, yes.
Can I sleight of hand him a gold piece so that
Yeah,
he
sure.
doesn't see? Oh, this is not gonna go well.
Remember, you got hero points. So it's
I'm
not.
gonna
It's
use
really
hero
obvious. Like you hand it over and you try to be subtle, but then you
It's like you
cough and
wink at
drop
Lou
it.
while you're doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
the disappointed father figure or mother figure parent face.
this is like all of his Christmases have come early to get a gold. Usually you're talking like a silver, and he's like, well, if you need anything at all, I'm Callie. And then he kind of nods his head.
What's you with names like a cow? Jesus, James.
Oh yeah, well, this is from the book. You may call me Otale.
I would shake your hand, but I don't want to make you poorly.
Well,
I have a cold.
He looks at this gold that you've just given him then, and he just kind of like, I'll wash my hands. Thank you so much. And he kind of like clicks his heels, nods, and like hops out the door, and allows you to collapse in a heap onto the bed.
Yeah,
like just fully out. Poof.
She's gone. She's out. Yeah. She's like.
Yeah. So Wolf is there with this woman downstairs. He's like, kind of like, what the hell does this person want?
Wolf's very like awkward about it because I don't think she's. I mean, you can change it since I changed what has happened. I don't think Wolf has met another. I assume Kalash turn. Apart from like her family.
Okay.
It's up to you. But she was like just like the similar feature stuff. She's it's like drawn her eye. So Wolf's just like very awkwardly standing there for a minute, like watching everyone else leave, and she just very awkwardly like turns to her and says, and in her head, I've not met many people who can do this, gestures like like speaking in head.
It is a feature that only a few are blessed with.
Yeah. Sorry, it might be a bit weird. I'm just not used to seeing. There is like a slight resemblance.
Must be the elven blood. They say the elven blood shines through.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I didn't catch your name before.
Oh no, I did not introduce myself. She kind of gestures to a name badge. My name is Zabeth. So Elizabeth, without the Ellie at the front. Zabeth.
Okay. Well, I am Lorelei.
Nice to meet you, Lorelei.
Nice to meet you. I was just curiosity. Where did you grow? Sorry, this is probably too forward. I'm just surprised more than anything. Sorry, this is really probably very embarrassing. Where did you grow up? Like, do you know your family? Like your past generations?
Well, not very clearly, but my family's from Algad's Mouth. They travelled up. Well, my elvish family from Algad's Mouth. They travelled up a few hundred years ago, and then settled here shortly after the founding of the city. Yes.
I'm also my family's from Algadane too.
So she's doing that thing where she's like picking up paper and shuffling it, and then putting it down, and then picking it up and like flatten it, and like she's like, interesting.
Yeah, Wolf's just Wolf notices this. Just sorry. It's
quite all right.
This just isn't a normal occurrence. I'll leave you be. Have a good evening.
You too.
Just like
you're on the second floor, by the way.
Yeah.
The stairs are over there.
Okay,
that's the lift.
It's fine. Yeah, just like very awkwardly walks off and just goes upstairs.
As you get like halfway up the flight of stairs, you hear the lift come down again. But it's kind of that awkward thing, like, do I get back down?
She just keeps walking.
Okay.
Keeps walking. It's good cardio.
Yeah, good cardio. So before we pause for our hydration and urination procrastination,
nice.
What do people have for dinner? You can blow me away. The most bestest thing gets a prize.
I don't think I can do bestest.
Laffy's gonna beg and plead for them to make her some chicken noodle soup.
Oh yeah, you can have that, but that's not like, come on, blow me away.
No, my chicken noodle soup.
Okay, well yeah, that's good. But I'm like,
I
think you had a similar conversation. It wasn't with you; it was with Artie. I had this conversation before. I was like, "You can have whatever food you want," and he was like, "I want vanilla ice cream." And I was like, "Why? You can have anything."
She is not. I mean, okay, so she'll have chicken noodle soup for like the first thing, and then if she gets a dessert, she's gonna have like a salted caramel chocolate brownie with a scoop of like What ice cream would go on top? Like
Mint.
Probably vanilla.
mint.
Mint.
Ugh.
Salted caramel and mint.
I think
Yeah, salted,
Oh, I
salted
didn't-
caramel, is it? Yeah.
I didn't
like-
hear the caramel part,
cookies
only
and
heard
cream.
chocolate brownie.
Like salted pecan
Yeah, like
ice cream.
or like a
Peanut butter ice
honeycomb.
cream, actually.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, peanut butter. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love pistachio ice cream, like that green.
James
I
has
love
never
it.
been
Oh,
more
it's
invested.
so good.
Yeah, this is like this is
Slaps
this
so
is.
hard.
I need to
Oh,
play. I need to play a
wow.
character like food, just so you don't hate all my characters.
Or a
I don't
chef.
hate you.
Play a chef character.
Yeah, so chef,
Yeah.
like yeah. So at the minute, obviously the chicken noodle soup is was a solid like 5 or 6. Pistachio ice cream on like fantasy brownie has taken you to a 7 or an 8.
Do desserts get
I
Can I
know
caramel?
the James
also
likes.
have? Can I also have a milkshake? Do they have milkshake? I want to.
I will say that you've
a
got a
milkshake
cold.
too.
So you know what happens when you drink milk and you've got a cold, right?
brain freeze.
No.
No.
It turns all your I don't want to say snot, but it turns all your mucus thick.
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you never
Did you
noticed
not
that?
know that?
I've never had ice cream when I've been ill. It just
That's probably why. Like
Yeah,
even
it's not-
tea and coffee, like that's why.
Even like things with small amounts of milk. Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah, it's awful. 'Cause I eat so
Okay,
much
yeah,
dairy.
never mind. I mean, she's still gonna have the ice cream,
Yeah,
so
it's
that's
worth it. Some things are worth it. Yeah. Okay, so
like a coffee then, like for
Yeah.
after the dessert, she's gonna have like a black coffee. Yeah,
A coffee before bed. Okay.
yeah. You're
But
in-
weirdly,
you're in-
apparently, it can help if you sleep before the caffeine hits you. You have a more restful sleep. It's really
Well,
weird.
we know
yeah.
it's not gonna happen. Wolf's gonna get no
Yeah.
sleep.
Well, what you have to do is drink a coffee and then just speedrun getting to
You speed
to
run into
sleep.
bed, yeah, like neck your espresso and
Run
your
up
head's
the
in toilet.
stairs.
Yeah. So
Burn
let's
off any
go
of the
to
thing, then drop.
let's go to Azalea. What's Azalea having? Bowl me
So
over.
I don't think I'm having anything that fancy, but now that you've said this, I'm like, okay, well, we need to at least fancy up what I thought I was gonna have. So she's been sleeping most of the day. She's
In reply sounds.
Yeah,
kind of
being cuddled. Yeah.
kind of exhausted. So I think she wants comfort food. So
Ooh.
I'm talking. It has to be gourmet now because that's the only way we can do this. Baked mac and cheese
Oh.
Ooh.
with all types of cheese.
Oh
and
no! Don't do this to me.
parsley,
Oh yeah.
and like crumbled on top. You've got the bread, the dry
Oh,
breadcrumbs,
yeah.
and then like crispy onion bits.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I think for
How- why are you
dessert,
doing
she's
this?
having. I
You
think
can feel
for
the
dessert,
saliva gathering in my
And,
mouth.
and there's a little bit of like a fresh side salad with like some rocket and some balsamic to
Ooh,
go with
yeah.
it
Oh
as
my
well.
god!
So,
you.
Here's one,
bitch.
right? And I don't know if this is just me, but I saute carrots and put that in my mac and cheese.
Ooh.
So it's got
Okay.
like veg in
Yeah,
it
I
as
can see
well.
that being good.
Really good.
I-
Or even make
Weirdly enough,
merged carrot.
I really like broccoli in my mouth.
Yeah,
and
same.
cheese.
I was going to say mix cauliflower and broccoli and have cauliflower
Yeah, it's
mac and
kind of
cheese.
slap.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. But
Okay.
yeah.
And then dessert, we're also going dairy as well. We're going rosemary and vanilla panna cotta with a
Ooh.
raspberry coulis on top,
James just,
and a little sprig of mint.
Yeah.
James,
I mean, I'm-
James just literally moaned.
yeah. It's like, I'm sorry. She just tipped
Sorry for the dirty
scales,
thought.
like, Azalea is like leading the way at the minute.
Oh my god, Abby,
Yeah.
that
That's
sounds
fair.
so good.
Yeah, it sounds so good. Let's go Lou.
Oh,
I was
Jesus.
just imagining bread.
One look
pudding?
at the
Bread and
menu,
Saibuka.
Bread
look
and water,
look at the
something.
menu, realizes that everything is expensive as shit.
Muffy's
Decides,
paying.
Muffy's paying.
oh, in that case,
Wow.
Lou's getting herself some fancy bread, like French bread, and she's going to
What
sneak
is
a little bit of bacon in there.
bread?
I like it. I want fancy bread. I want baguette, like the most common bread.
No, that's fancy bread. The normal bread is the one that comes in pieces. I don't know how it's called, like a bread
No,
loaf.
this is a fantasy world. They don't have.
Like tear and share.
They don't have bread loaf.
They don't have sliced bread. They don't have factory line sliced.
I mean,
bread.
people slice bread, but they don't have like a bread slicer.
Yeah, it doesn't come like fucking Warburtons. They don't have like toasty special.
They
Um,
don't.
No. Oh my god. So you've got yourself
Baguette
some
with-
fancy bread.
with
Is there
bacon.
any sauce or protein with that, or is it just bread?
Of butter on it.
Jesus Christ.
Can we get it a flat one? Boom. Okay, what are you having for dessert?
More bread.
Bread pudding.
Bread
Sweet
pudding.
bread.
Sweet bread,
A
yeah.
different kind of
Okay.
bread.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like banana
cool.
bread.
No, you should have a starter. You have bread rolls and like the dipping
Oh,
oil,
this is making me.
and then main course
So
you have
constipated.
You know.
oh, what's it called?
Red sauce.
Panzanella, some Italian salad that is basically bread.
Oh
and
yeah.
Bruschetta.
Bruschetta. Oh yeah, bruschetta.
It's not.
yeah.
It's not. It's not bruschetta, but it's similar.
Panzanella. Yeah,
Panzanella, something like that. It's like
Yeah.
baked. It's like a roasted off bread with tomatoes and
chopped
onions
salad
and
in bread,
So
onions,
I don't know
tomatoes.
this.
basil.
Yeah.
It's really, really nice.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then bread pudding. That's how you do
Yeah,
3 bread meal.
Yeah. So Lou will be sleeping almost immediately after this meal. Okay,
Oh,
let's
loading.
go. Let's go. Wolf
And
then Kudo.
sandwich between
and then
a
we'll
sandwich.
Yeah. So Wolf, what is it you're having?
James, you ready for more bread?
I am always ready for more
So
bread.
Wolf's gonna get like a cheesy garlic bread,
Ooh.
with like similar to like a balsamic salad.
Yeah. solid.
Sort of, you know, like a meal like that. I don't know what else. Like, what goes good with that? Like,
Spaghetti and meatballs.
I was thinking something like that. You know, like a pasta. Like a pesto-y.
I mean, I would have it on side of anything, including
Yes.
pizza, including
Yeah.
another garlic bread.
You know, sort of that with like a pesto. Actually, no. Actually, we showed last week. She'll get a tomato soup to go with
Ooh,
the garlic bread and all of that.
Oh yeah.
And then
Is it cream of or is it tomato and basil?
it's tomato and basil. And then she gets for dessert like a chocolate milkshake and like a small slice of apple pie.
Oh yeah.
Hot.
What? Yes, hot
Apple pie.
Yes,
okay,
yes,
right.
hot apple pie, of course. So like the
People
cold chocolate
who eat
milkshake
apple
and the
pie
apple pie.
cold deserve jail.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't like apple pie. I prefer apple crumble.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm really ambivalent, but
I don't like
either.
pastry, so
How dare you?
well, at least it's got to be really good pastry for me to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's what Wolf gets.
Kudo.
Yes. Since we didn't have enough bread yet, I'm gonna, for the main course, I'm gonna go really fancy and order a fondue. But like a really nice one with truffles and herbs in it. Like a spiced up version of fondue with... What bread do we want?
We have them on the table
We've
already.
got
so-
all of the bread.
Restaurant.
Yeah, you got a
Inn is
nice
gonna kick us
pumpernickel.
out.
Nah, I'm gonna go with
A
brioche.
bread shortage of
Ooh,
whatever year
brioche,
it is
yeah.
right now.
Oh, a brioche
Yes.
is good actually.
Yeah.
And for dessert, I'm gonna go with a really nice cheesecake with some. Ooh, what scoop of ice cream does fit to a cheesecake?
Depends on the cheesecake.
Yeah, it depends on the cheesecake. I go for something sharp to cut through the cheese, like a raspberry.
We
Not
can have like a
lemon.
lemony cheesecake, but
Yeah, lemony cheesecake, but with like a vanilla. But if it was like
Yeah.
a vanilla cheesecake, you want something sharp to cut through.
No, I'm gonna go with a lime sorbet.
Ooh, nice. So
these are all
Rust-
really good.
Yeah,
By the
these
way,
are all
James, can I
really
just say,
good.
can we all at the end of this share like a chocolate fondue? Like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
mini
of course,
chocolate
of course.
fondue? Yeah.
Rusty's going for dino nuggies and beans.
I knew it. Yeah.
dino nuggies and
Bless
beans.
him.
And he's in on the chair, his feet don't touch the floor, he's just kicking his, he's having a whale of a time. For pudding, he's going for Neapolitan. Like a classic Neapolitan. You got your vanilla, you got your chocolate, you've got your strawberry, and it's really good. And it's got little wafers
Say that
in
as
it.
if we don't know what's in a Neapolitan.
Yeah, but it's the order, and they go in it. He's like, some people, have certain flavor. Like they don't like one of the. I'm not a huge fan of vanilla, but with a Neapolitan, you do need it. Riptide is going for surf and turf, but like her meat is very rare.
So Aussie.
Yeah, so surf and turf. She isn't asking to throw another prawn on the Barbie though. She's going for like razor shaved fish that she then cooks with cooks the meat with lemon. And it's all very fresh, and it's got like steak, not steak tartare.
Right.
It was like a raw fish meal.
the
I can't remember.
winner of
I
the
had
meal
it a few weeks ago. It's delicious.
Sashimi?
Get
No, not
As I do.
sashimi. It's like an Italian.
hero
It doesn't
point.
matter. Whatever it is, she has it.
But I was really
she cooks the fish in the
struggling
lemon
with
juice. It's really
because,
fresh. She has like a big
one,
bowl of these
like,
really leafy,
Azalea's meal,
like baby
it was
spinach
a
and
lot of
carrots
things that
and
really
beetroots.
set my.
She goes ham on
the
that.
bread
She
crumb and the crispy
wouldn't go
onions,
for dessert, so she has a cheese.
well, the panna cotta
Oh,
with the mint
James.
leaf.
I
And
ate
then,
just
like,
before,
the
so I was
garlic
stuffed, but
bread
now
with
I'm
the
hungry
salad
again.
and
Yeah.
I haven't had dinner.
Cheesy garlic.
Yes,
Oh,
Demi.
yeah.
So
It
we
was
will
a real
break.
tug
But
of war.
who? I think this is
So
going to go
I'm
to the
gonna
party.
both a hero
Who,
point.
you can't vote
Whoa.
yourself. And don't worry about voting for Rusty or Riptide. Who do you think had
sold
the
me on
best
those
meal?
meals?
Azalea.
And made everyone collectively hungry.
Happy.
Yeah, Riptide is like
Made me
drooling
waste
over
another
your
20
food.
quid. Yeah, cheers.
Yes,
I'm gonna.
and so she's like,
well.
oh,
Oh, so it's tied between Wolf and Azalea.
Rollies.
Watching what you
Rollies,
ordered.
yeah.
And
I
she's
think it's going
looking
to come
at
down.
this
Okay, I will think
Well,
about it
everyone
over the break.
very, very.
I will think about it over the break
healthy
because
looking. And when I
Azalea's
say
was
that surf and turf,
like it really
I mean,
set
you
the
literally
bar
very
high.
thin strips.
Yeah, I
of, like,
did, but then
wagyu beef,
it's
a very
when
high
you
protein.
because for me it was the
meal,
tomato
she's
and
looking at
basil
your,
over
like,
the cream and tomato.
laden
Yes.
That tipped it for me.
carbohydrates.
Fucking
She's
love
She's looking
it.
at
I
lose
will say, Azalea eats like a bird. Like, she doesn't eat very much. There will be like bits that she will probably push over, be like, "Do you want to finish this? I'm not going to be able to eat it."
Give it a little try, like a little nibble. Do you want to try my? Do you want to try this? And she's like, she does like the aeroplane.
Isn't it meat?
It is me. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can't have it. What about fish? Can you eat fish?
No, just
No,
vegetables for me, thank you.
She looks very disheartened that you can't eat fish.
Sorry.
Fine.
I meant it that way, but I thought it immediately.
I am.
She's like, well, you can. What about cheese? You can have cheese, right? Well, you can eat mac and cheese. You can eat cheese. You can share my cheese butter.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Wolf, you're disgusting.
Wolf isn't
Someone laughing
laughing.
for a blanket.
Yeah.
No, okay, listen. Wolf is silently laughing on her head. I'm laughing out loud.
He's just projecting her laughing. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Okay, that's real funny. So you eat your meal. You have a big chocolate fondue at the end. Good times are had by all. You retire to your various rooms. It's not super late, but you got a busy day in front of you. Azalea and Laffy are still. Oh no, Azalea is wiped out from this fucking cold brew. So just imagine it like she's had a boba and choked on one of the balls and it's ruined her whole day. So, is anyone doing anything funny or interesting before bed? Or are we all just retiring?
I just
Just
imagine
preparing
Laffy.
sandwiches for the journey ahead.
Oh god! I just imagine. How big is this? Is gonna sound weird at first. How big is this bed in Wolf and Laffy's room?
It's like it's not the biggest bed. It's more comfortable than it is big. It's normal for two people. You can easily fit two people in it. Yeah.
Okay, so you know how two people would sleep on a bed, like one either side? I feel like Laffy is so needy for cuddles right now that she is like all the way on Wolf's side of the bed, and Wolf is like hanging off the other side, and so there's just half of the bed that is completely empty because Laffy is just like clinging to him.
Yes, I'm very aware of how that feels.
Wolf and Laffy spoon.
Yeah. Wolf, I don't know how stressful your dreams are. I will say they're the normal amount of stress.
Okay.
Like you have a relatively light amount of stress. Maybe all the heavy food you just eaten. Well, it wasn't even heavy. All the good food you eaten, all the cheese.
Yeah,
like,
that
you're
goes
just
well.
drifting off to sleep, and you're having that moment of just like you're walking down the street and everyone's laughing. Like, oh my god, what? How is he doing Dragonborn? And then there's a fight, but it's like you're seeing it from a distance, and it's it's unpleasant.
James,
but
can
it's
I
not,
can I ask a
horrendous.
question?
Yes.
Because I'm gonna forget it otherwise.
Yes.
Since I don't think I've ever asked for this. Can I have a slightly worse dream? It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be anything important.
I don't have one prepared.
It's fine. It doesn't have to be anything important, James.
You can have. Okay, I'll tell you this. Thinking about the autonome as you go to sleep, that was maybe running through your mind. You dream about it marching around, and it has Goodall's face on it. And you're like, oh my god, I want to blow that thing up so bad.
No, what I meant is a dream of the past. Maybe one that she's repeated before.
I'm getting there. So it's marching around.
let me paint you this word picture. It's marching around, and then like it hits its feet into the ground, and it's no longer watching around the city centre. It like its foot plows into the ground, and it's grown. It's huge. It's all of its features stretch out, and rather than being made of this polished material, it's built out of these lacquered bits of ebony stone that are coursing around it. All these lightning bolts are coursing around its arms, and it reaches forward and it slams into this wave of undead. You feel the ground like shaking around you. You bolt off your feet. There is this crying and screaming from all sides around you as this creature is emanating this power, issuing it forward. The undead are like absorbing it and firing it back at you. They're slightly staggered by the power of this colossal titan of construct as it's raining down this arcane power. But they concentrate their power and they knock it sideways, and the construct isn't aiming at anything. It's literally just like a hose pipe firing forward, and as they knock it to the side, this arc of electricity just cuts through people on your left, and they just eviscerate and obliterate, and yeah, it's horrible.
So, okay, this is only from one reason, which I think you know. What can I look at my hands? You know, see any hair that I might have? Who am I?
You see what you perceive. You can't control what you look at, but your hands as they pass around, you're wearing armor. It's not quite plate armor. It's like splints,
Okay.
like metal splint armor of this kind of like coppery, like a silvery coppery texture to it. You are carrying a longsword, which you know isn't normal to you. This is a magical longsword that is glowing with this radiant fire in your hand. You don't know if, from glancing at it, whether that power has been bestowed on it, or if it's a like if someone casts, like, for example, holy weapon, or if this is a power within the sword itself. On your other arm is a shield, which you obviously can't see the front of, so you can't see the logo, or that's not the word I'm looking for. You know what I mean? The
insignia.
That's the word. Insignia. You can't see it. The back of the shield is this absolutely pitch ebony that looks it. Well, so it's like a leathery texture, but at a glance, you don't know how you know that it isn't from a cow, it isn't from a pig, it's from something
Like a
else.
dragon?
No.
So is it like an ebony? Okay, ebony leather. So like
this black, like this blackened, leathery, cured flesh, I will say, on the back of the shield that would empower it. Also this. Occasionally, something falls in front of your eyes. This hair is slightly darker than yours.
Okay.
But you, as you are having this dream, and as you wake up in the morning and you think about it, these are things you have seen before. You seem to be having the images from person one. That is the person you have a point of view in your dream
of someone else,
and the point of view is always of this, or seems to be always of the person that is carrying these. So when you handed over the blade,
it
seemed to be that person. Obviously, you can't see the face, but you can't see your own face, but you are seeing out from these eyes. Same eyes.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get out because I would have forgotten it otherwise. And I have forgotten it because I've had it in my notes a few times. I've just forgotten to say it.
That's fine. I've always meant to ask this because in my head, and please correct me if I'm wrong, wolf sleep thrashes.
Probably a bit.
Can you make a dexterity saving throw, please, to not fall out of the bed? Yeah.
Okay.
Because Laffy has canonically. Oh, nat 20, yeah. So you get
that's the nat 20. Great.
Yeah. You save yourself from less than 1
from
point
spooning
of
Laffy. Wolf's not thrashing as much.
Yeah. But the night goes. You all have a wonderful, restful night's sleep. Apart from Laffy, who is you only need 4 hours. You go for a 6. It's somewhat broken because you're up and you're waking. And at one point, Laffy, you know when you're really unwell and all you want to do is sleep, but you just can't you can't get your temperature right. You're
Yeah.
just sweaty, and like you've been hugging Wolf, and she's like asleep. She's in deep sleep. So her body's like radiating heat and like just resetting itself. So she's too hot to hold on to. So you kind of roll over to try and get some of the heat off you. And you roll over, and you see out the window the moon is full and round, and the like the edge of the city that leads onto these plains that reach on into the distance that you're heading are lit under this silvery
Is it a full moon?
It's still a full moon, yeah. I mean, it's 3 days. It's just, you know, it's that kind of like
mostly full moon.
mostly full, yeah. It's like 98%. 98%. Yeah. The moon has just been taken off charge a few minutes ago, and you've only been scrolling on TikTok. So you see over, and the path that you're going to be taking is illuminated by this moonlight, and as you see in the distance, there's these trees, this kind of like, I'm going to say quite gnarly looking forest. Like, it's not pleasant. It's slightly off the path that you see. The moonlight is glinting of something in there that's really catching your eye.
Oh.
Maybe, I don't know. You've had your long rest. Perhaps you went to sleep, I'm going to say quite early, so it's like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
You can't make out what it's glinting off, but it's vaguely.
Can I, get up and approach the window and like try and get a better look?
It's a long way away. You're talking like most of tomorrow's day travel. You probably get there in like mid-afternoon-ish.
Just to see if it's like something like huge, like a. I don't know, or if it's just like. Wow, I have a +6 to perception, and I still roll terrible.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. It's behind. I hate the phrase. You can't see the wood for the trees, but you can't see whatever it is. It's hidden slightly. I mean, it's very Legolas. What do your elf eyes see? It's kind of. But whatever it is there. It's something's reflecting the moonlight, and it's not like a mirror. It's changing. Like it's like glinting and flickering, glistening and warping and changing, and it's like you can't. It's have you seen it before? Maybe from a different angle. It's really hard to say. I don't know, but it's like, but whatever it is, it's very like, it's kind of like, imagine you've gone home, like to your old place, your house you grew up in, and you went out into the garden. You found the place you used to bury the things that were most precious and special to you, or hide things. It's like a personal, this was mine, and no one else.
So it's like it's calling out almost.
A little bit, yeah. No, yeah. I mean, it's caught your eye, and it's
just like something in her, like a feeling in her chest that's like,
Yeah, it's something that's very much Laffy's and Laffy's alone, like. Yeah. Anyway, but you collapse back into the bed. You drink some of the nightstand water that's nice and cool.
That room temperature water.
That good room temperature good blood. And you return to sleep. Is anyone else doing anything during the night that we need to be aware of?
Just sandwich making for the journey.
All night.
Well, I still
making a million sandwiches.
2 hours.
2 hours.
Wow.
So you spend 2 hours making sandwiches. So
how many sandwiches do you make?
Sandwiches you've ever had.
A couple of second questions, right? So you're making sandwiches for 2 hours. How much filling do you have, and what is it? Because if it's just bread sandwiches, I know we've had the conversation of toast sandwiches, but I would not like to make toast sandwiches for 2 hours. Because you have one and you're done.
Do you want ideas for like fancy sandwiches that are maybe one of the best sandwiches I've ever had?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. We start with sourdough bread with walnuts in it.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
solid.
And then we've got a red onion like marmalade jam.
Ooh.
Spread across.
Oh my god,
Then
I'm
we
hungry
have-
again.
Then we have rocket.
Ooh,
Then we have
bold.
deep fried goat's cheese.
Oh yes.
And then we have very thinly sliced pear.
Ooh.
And then topped with some pine nuts. Best goddamn sandwich I've had in my fucking life.
Yeah, that sounds
too complicated.
Really
just
good
ham
one.
and cheese.
Well, if you're spending 2 hours making
2 hours
them,
doing it, yeah. So I had a really
you
good
either have a
sandwich.
million sandwiches or like a few really good
Really good ones. So I had a really good one, and it's like it was a feta. No, it was a baked goat's cheese and a roast pepper and pine nut sandwich, and it was really simple, and it was on like a pumpernickel, and it was incredible. And again, I'm not a huge fan of rocket like by itself, but this had some of it run through with a tiny bit of balsamic. Oh my god, blew my mind. Anyway, so Lou's making ham and cheese sandwiches for 2 hours. Can you roll me 3d20, please?
Oh my god.
And that's how many sandwiches you have. But I will say this, right? This is not magic, like bread. This will last you like 2 days. You have 21 sandwiches that will last you 2 days. Right, before it starts getting.
I am trying to be a slightly better person, so this is for the entire party.
Still.
And I'm sure they're gonna thank you for
Well,
it.
it's 7 people, 3 days, 21 sandwiches.
Yeah, actually, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Is Kudo, you doing anything? Or are you just sleeping?
Yeah, just sleeping, waiting for your sandwiches.
Okay. Sleeping waiting for
Waiting for the sandwiches.
Rusty's flat out. Riptide sleeps with her door open.
Aren't they all in one big room?
No, they're in like a suite, and each person has their own room.
Okay.
In the suite, but they're the much smaller rooms. The attraction for the suite is it's got like a shared bathroom area and a shared like sitting area if they want it. So yeah, she sleeps with the door open. There's a breeze coming through. She obviously is a little bit more used to roughing it than this, so she's kind of like drowning in the down kind of feather. She's not really quite sure how to sleep on these very soft beds. So yeah, night goes through, no problem. You all hit that long rest button. Laffy and Azalea, your lethargy after your incident with the cold brew has mostly shifted, but you really need a coffee, like that. But you get up in the morning. There is a continental style breakfast. There's no competition. It's a lot of pastries, cheeses, and hams and bread.
This is the food episode.
This is the food episode. But we're not going to spend a long time talking about breakfast because we're going to hit.
Sure?
Well,
Can we?
If you want to. I mean, I will say this: there is a waffle machine.
Is there cornflakes?
There is.
Cocoa Pops.
There are Cocoa. Canonically, Cocoa Pops exist.
I'll give Rusty some
I
Cocoa
want
Pops.
filled omelets. Oh yeah.
Omelets.
Yeah.
There will be an omelet bar.
omelets.
Fuck it, omelet bar. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
occupy the waffle
Fried
machine.
mushrooms,
Waffle
chives,
maker.
butter.
I'm gonna give Rusty a bowl of Cocoa Pops. and a pan of
Everyone
chocolate.
puts on like £4.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
eat.
We're just gonna just walk quicker
Acceptable.
because everyone's
Is this included, or is this more gold?
This is included. Yeah, you get.
You're
your-
just
Oh, I go.
you're
huh?
just rolling down the streets now.
Yeah.
We're just getting like a variety of pancakes.
Pancakes. Okay.
Yeah. Like savory pancake, sweet pancake, yeah.
Laffy's just
Okay.
gonna have like a fruit salad and
Yeah.
a coffee,
Oh, yeah.
like a really strong coffee.
Yeah. Like a lot of kiwi and pineapple.
Yeah.
And then pastries.
She'd probably
Okay.
have like a croissant.
I'm doing veggie fryer.
A croissant?
Oh, sorry, I meant to say, right, so I don't know if you saw on TikTok, but apparently some people in like America have only just realised you put butter on bread for sandwiches. They were like mayonnaising or having nothing
What?
on there.
Yeah.
Like plain bread sandwiches, like PB&J, so just the peanut butter and the jam.
You know how they
I can
make
kind
tea,
of see-
right? They just
Don't get me
microwave
started.
water.
Yeah, that's
They don't- no one has
yeah,
kettles.
Yeah,
They don't have
they have
kettles.
well, I don't mind the hob thing. I just think it's a bit of a waste. But like,
It's just
admittedly, on
like
the
it's
flip side-
inconvenient as well.
They also
Yeah.
think that we're weird for having our washing machines in our kitchens because they have
Yeah,
like a
because
whole
we-
room
yeah.
dedicated
Yeah.
to
We also don't
laundry.
have our air conditioning in our buildings.
But
Yeah.
then there's some countries where they put the washing machine in the bathroom, which makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
I find it weird that
Oh.
that they can just walk around the street with an AR-15 or something like that in their
Yeah.
hand.
But not a Kinder Egg. We can't eat a fucking
You
Kinder
can't
Egg.
do it, yeah.
God forbid.
Wait,
Save
really?
the Think of the children.
But less about our brethren overseas and their weird sandwich. The others. Oh, sorry. Yeah, more about how weird Americans are. Have you seen water TikTok?
Oh, the flavored water.
The flavoured water.
Oh,
people-
Yeah.
Just
No.
putting sugar in your water.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
mean,
oh, you,
it's
this
better
tastes just
than
like
the it's
Coke and it
water
only
wet
has-
conversation.
No, honestly, it's they make like flavored water drinks and then they like crow about it and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's really healthy. You drink so much water. It's like that is this. I have really watered down like juice, like cordial, and I drink a lot of water. But I actually really enjoy water. I love cold
Yeah,
water.
same.
It's one of my favorite drinks. But when I have cordial, it's super watered down because we're quite poor growing up. So I got used to the taste of it. But they put so much fucking shit in. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
They
Anyway,
don't have squash.
Well-
They don't have squash.
yeah,
I had
yeah,
I had an American mate at uni who bought squash and then I watched her in the kitchen pour a full glass of it.
Oh
And I
my
looked at her and I went,
God.
"Are you sure you want to drink that?" She goes, "Yeah, what's wrong? It's just juice." And I go, "It's not juice. You try a sip of that."
It's
Well,
disgusting.
I saw an American person find out what Ribena is for the first time, and that was funny.
But do you guys not have, or at least they do not have syrup? Like
We have syrups, but for like soda streams. So that's what we'd make to
we
use
do
like a
also
Coke.
have. It's not popular, but we do have the drink syrups like TSR. We
Yeah.
do have it.
This is not as popular. Anyway, off the point.
Yeah, it's
Right.
in.
This is the
Poster
food
file.
and drinks
This is the
episode.
food episode. Yeah, I'm going to call this one. I don't know.
Fine dining.
Have you I don't know if you've 400% nailed down your party name yet, but it will be that. food
Wasn't
blog.
it the Starlight
This
Society?
is Come Dine with Me.
This is
That's what
comparing.
we're
Yeah.
Friday
Yeah.
night dinner.
Oh, Friday night dinner. Yeah. Hello, Jackie. Right,
Shalom.
Shalom. Yes, fucking love that show. Right, so you're hitting the road, Jax.
And when
You-
not coming back.
You're not
I'd
never
say-
coming back.
Laffy would probably be leading, like unintentionally, and walking towards the thing that she saw through the window. Like,
So-
not meaning to, but like leading everybody in that direction.
Yeah. This is good. I mean, like she's still. I'm assuming feeling a tad under the weather.
Yeah,
as
definitely
you
better
do.
than she did yesterday.
Yeah, she's got
The
food in
chicken
the
soup
belly,
helped.
license for telly, and she's ready to rock. She's heading off to your far left. About you can get there by the end of the day if you really wanted to. Is a river. Wolf, you would know this river, and it runs from the centre of Haven Orel all the way to the east and runs out to the ocean. Along this river is where the undead or the white bloods, those who were born under the influence of like necromantic powers, so the undead sorcerers, they are shipped off
So
down this river.
a river. Sorry, from like the
So-
east.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
it's from Haven. It's this one here on the map. It's this one here. It runs to the east, and those who are born with the white blood curse. It's called a curse. It's basically just the sorcerer's origin, white blood. They are sent down there to a place called the Isle of Open Sores, and it's basically Alcatraz.
Mm-hmm.
It's like in the
So
middle of the
whites,
river.
as in like the undead.
Yeah, the white.
Region.
Not as in the
No, because the first time you said it, obviously it wasn't this session, but the first time you said it, I was like, huh?
Yeah,
Yes,
WIGHT, yeah. Instead of WHITE. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe we should send some of them too, but I don't know. They are sent down this river to a place called the Isle of Open Sores, and they are presumably
I'll open swords.
sores.
Wait, is it
So-
open or
S-O-R-E.
broken? Because on the
Open.
map it says broken.
What does it say? Oh,
Yes, it does say
Oh,
broken.
sorry, it does say broken. Yeah, sorry. On my notes it says open. That's clearly a continuity error.
Which one
At
is
some
the right
point,
one?
I've transferred from one universe to another.
Jen,
Which
which
one's
one-
broken? 'Cause it's
It's the
written down
Mandela
here.
effect.
Yeah. Let's go
Specifically for
broken
only
somewhat.
you.
But the Isle of Broken Sores, and they are shipped off down there, presumably never to be seen again.
Okay.
That
I-
is. Oh yeah, sorry.
Sorry, because are we out of the city now?
You are
Like-
basically at the walls of the sea after like 2 hours of travel.
So,
So
how?
like by mid morning, yeah.
Like how? Because obviously, how far are we from where Laffy woke up?
Oh, miles now. You would not be able to get back there before the end of the day. If
Oh, is
like,
it on the other side?
Yeah. So when you woke up, you were kind of like in the south of the city a little bit, and like not super far. You were like an hour or so's travel.
Because I thought she woke up in the woods outside the city.
You woke up in the woods and then you stepped through outside of this thing, and then you were basically straight into the city.
Right. Okay.
So maybe it was a little.
So it was like
a little
more these
magical.
woods.
It was definitely in the city where you woke up, because you basically the first thing you did when you stepped outside of the stone and circles was like you stepped through some trees, and then you were basically like on a thoroughfare, and you saw a guy like lugging a body
Yeah.
in the carpet. And offered to help, which was funny.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
She didn't know it was a body.
But yeah, so that's what happened there. But yeah, so this river runs, and it's also used for trade a little bit. But this is like really on the old borders between Yadridan and Algadane, and it's like they're not super popular places to live. It's more popular near the centre, near Haven Orel. There's like small little residential villages. But when you get out into the sticks, it was like always like a contested place. Like small fights would break out all the time. Since there's now like this big central city, a lot of people from those small towns near the edge of this river just moved in. There are 1 or 2 remaining, but nothing major that you can think of, and certainly none that you can name. Just like small little fishing villages, things like that. But yeah, you're heading out. You're heading towards the walls, and you after an hour or two's travel, say like you got up at say 7, you'd eaten and left the hotel by 8 or 9. By lunchtime, you like 12 o'clock, you are stepping out through the city walls into into Algadane proper, and in front of you lies this big open plain of just like rolling plains with slightly off the path to the east, to the right, sorry, to the south is this small copse of trees and like dusty kind of like shapes within it. It's like a small forest on your way. Yeah, and this road looks very well trodden. There are people walking up and down it both ways. What do you want to do?
Sandwiches.
Sorry, I'm writing down what you said, so no. Listen properly.
I'm mouthfuls of food in.
Yeah.
So the south thing is the small forest.
So you've come out of the city here. Here, the copse of the trees will be kind of right underneath where Wolf's old token is, kind of there. You are heading kind of here, but between there and where you're going now, probably by the end of the day, or maybe no, not the end of the day, like midway through tomorrow, you'll have gotten to Greencrest. You can probably it's probably the next big settlement between now and where you're headed.
Cool. I think Wolf would just like, so as they go out the gates, just like go a bit further and see the rolling hills and take like they probably take the mask off and just take like a deep breath of like, because she knows she's going towards her home, so she's just like sort of taking it in, and just sort of like waiting for everyone else to, catch up or be ready.
The big difference between this and the Lupin Vale and that area of Yadrodan you were in previously, there was a very little verdancy. There was no growth. Everything was very stunted. The grass looked like it was struggling to grow. The trees were all dying, and really substantial. As you step out here, it's much greener. There's flowers, like normal flowers growing on the side of the road. Like you can see, like pear trees that are coming into ripeness. There are bees buzzing around. It's not that Yadrodan is like, well, this place is, it's like the food place. This is a place where things grow. You can see fields in the distance of like normal coloured corn and farming fields, potatoes, carrots, all that shit. You can see just because you're a slightly raised area that you can see across this plain. But it's a much more alive place in terms of food. But the settlements are much smaller and a bit more rustic.
So seeing all this, Wolf is like visibly smiling, is just happy to be back, and she just feels bad that she hasn't been back in so long. But she's not gonna like say anything to anyone. Just like once everyone's ready, she'll just keep walking towards the Greencrest?
Yeah, I think Laffy said she was leading the way as well. She was leading the way to this forest, but the day stretches out in front of you.
Sorry, is the forest the same direction as Greencrest? So or would it be noticeably?
Not noticeable. It's like a little bit. So there's like a road, a very well trodden, very well cared for road with like stones in it, not stones, like cobbles in it.
Yeah.
Like specifically like where carts would be. There's like 2 paths of cobbles for carts, especially when the weather gets bad, to keep them from slipping in the mud. There's like thoroughfares for walking that you can see, horses, all sorts of things. The woods that Laffy is heading to will take it off the road noticeably, but not well out of the way. It'd be very clear that she's heading towards these woods, kind of thing.
I think
so if you can imagine, the way you're heading is 3 o'clock on the clock. She's heading to 4.
Yes. Yeah. So like after, so it wouldn't be noticeable at first, but after like a little bit, she'd be like, that's slightly off. So I think once Wolf realizes, probably is relatively soon. She's like, do you want to go to that forest?
I mean, I kind of, yeah. When everyone was asleep, I saw something out of the window, and we don't have to go now. I can go later.
No, I mean, no. It's how far would it be out of the way from Greencrest? If Greencrest, if they were like, if we were walking from one to the other,
Might delay you a couple of hours, like a small detour.
like a 2-hour thing. So.
Depends. Yeah, depends how long you think about
If
it.
we were like, say we were there at the edge of one and we walked to the other, it'd be like how-ish.
I mean, the road curves round. You would
Yes.
know specifically the road curves round, so it probably wouldn't delay you much at all if you were to cut straight through the forest. But you would know that the normal etiquette is to stick to the road. Inside the forest is like a little bit wild, even though it's just outside the city.
Yes.
It's still a little bit wild.
I mean, we can. Say this, I don't think we're in any rush. Is there a reason?
It was just something caught my eye, and I just was curious. I can look later. It's fine. Like we can do.
No. I mean, if everyone.
It could be nothing. It was just something I.
What sort of thing was it?
She's probably like panicking because she probably feels like she sounds crazy. There was like a reflection in the woods, and it just kind of felt like it wanted me to go. Does that make sense?
Sort of. I mean, strange things like that happen all the time, sort of wanting to go a certain direction. So I'm trying to gauge the length of time. How far are we from that forest?
You would probably be, if you were to keep going at the pace you're going, it's around lunchtime now. You've had a good breakfast. It's up to you guys whether or not you want to stop, or you can eat the sandwiches that Lou so lovingly prepared the night before, and kind of forego that rest. You could probably be there at around like the edge of the forest, about 3ish.
Okay, so not too far away.
No.
Well, I don't mind. Swan didn't say that any of this was too. We didn't need much haste, so I don't see why we couldn't take a quick stop there. Just like look at everyone else for. Is this like looking at everyone else like? Is this a weird idea? What are you guys thinking?
It's okay for me. Like
You
the
didn't
forest.
say anything. Why you?
What?
Well, that was all in. Was it in the head?
No,
So it was
I would have.
like,
I would have said it out loud. If I'm talking to everyone, I would have said something. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean,
Yeah, I think it's a good
Luffy
avenue.
looks actively excited.
Gonna
She's
be a
like, oh my
nice
god, you guys want to
picnic."
come with me?
as long as we don't end up fighting a giant plant monster, I'm fine.
Well, I
I
definitely
didn't
don't
think
want to do that.
about that.
But just once the forest is a bit wild, so once we get close, just be on your guard a bit more.
After you're Druid, you will tell us if something was about to happen, right?
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's weird
Okay.
you mention that,
Oh
because
no.
as you say that, Lou, what's your passive perception? 'Cause I know yours is probably the highest, Lou.
Mine's-
18.
Oh, yours is
18.
higher than mine. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so you
gained
got
proficient
Okay.
expertise
Yeah.
in perception.
Okay.
So as you say that, you're the only one who notices there's a sudden, like, when you're walking along and you walk out of the sun, that the temperature suddenly drops.
Yeah.
Like you suddenly find yourself under shadow for like a split second. The temperature dramatically drops. You're the only one who like it's weird to say this. You're the only one who notices it, but yeah, there's like this flash of darkness above you, and the temperature just drops suddenly, and then the sun's back. And it's back to it's like someone almost like the phrase in English is someone walked over your grave, that kind of like ooh, kind of like thing. There's a flash of like.
So none of
darkness.
us noticed this.
No, unless you've got a passive perception of 18.
Okay.
Mine's
I'll
16.
take out my
Mine's 16. Sorry.
hand crossbow and like whip my head around, like searching for the thing that could have.
We noticed Lou doing that, right?
Yeah,
You okay, Lou?
Yeah. What's something wrong?
I
Can you make
just
an active perception check then, please?
All of
Yes.
us, or just like?
Well, if Lou's looking around, if you guys are also looking around.
I mean, once I notice her doing that, I would be.
I'll
looking
use
around.
my advantage.
Wow.
Oh my god.
11, 10.
Oh, wow.
26 from Wolf. 26 and a 25. Okay,
first
so
10.
seeing Lou suddenly become on guard
Yeah.
and look round. Oh, 2 5s from Kudo. Staggeringly
What
poor.
the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
You, Wolf, you look round, you whip your head round, and heading towards the forest is this thing in the sky. It's not huge, it's big, but it's not huge, and it's rapidly going out of sight.
In the sky.
In the sky, whatever it was that like blocked out, that made it dark for a split second, flew between you and the sun.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And it's sparkling.
Sparkling. Can I get
It's
a
like-
sense of it?
It's quite far away now.
And when you say rapidly, how rapidly are we talking?
Let's see.
I did roll that 20. I did roll 26.
Yeah, so it's going probably 4 or 5 times faster than you could sprint. Like it's shooting along, it's zipping
Okay.
along.
So in
nat
terms
20
of movement, that's like
It's like
300
okay.
feet.
No, not quite that. Maybe not that fast then. It's at least like twice as fast as you could shift it.
so like 120.
Let's say 160
Okay.
because that's what it is.
Okay.
Fly speed. It's glinting in the sun, glimmering and shining. It's this blocky shape with these 2 outstretched wings and this tail whipping out behind it. Being from the area with a nat 20, this is what you see, but from the rear.
Oh.
You would know this.
Can you tell me what that? I recognize. Like, is it? It's not a.
It's not a white. It's not a white.
It's not a
dragon.
white dragon, is it? No.
Not a white dragon. It's sparkling in
I
the
was gonna say
sunlight.
that's not what a white dragon looks like, but yeah.
No. You.
Well, then,
being
what did you
from
just?
the-
How do you describe its tail?
just ringing on behind it. I think it's got. It looks like it's got a split tail there.
It does look like something like yeah.
It is a crystal dragon.
It's a crystal dragon. Can I get
It's
like,
a young
Taupe?
crystal dragon.
young crystal? Okay, Jesus.
Yeah.
We'll
Crystal
just go.
dragons, the ones who are evil?
No. Chromatic
They
are the
very
evil
much don't
ones.
give a
They're like
shit.
very neutral, aren't they?
Yeah, like as soon as you realize it, it's not like the pressure's off, but you like.
But it's
go,
like it could be a lot
Ooh.
worse.
yeah. Like, I
you-
just dodged a car crash there.
You all
Jesus.
see Wolf visibly like gasp and like take like a slight step back.
You
Just like-
okay?
That is a. It looks on the younger side. Crystal dragon.
A dragon.
She's like, as Laffy sounds excited at it, she's like, they're very dangerous, and well, not as outwardly evil as chromatic dragons. Definitely not on our side.
Daffy, you said that you saw something like shining in the forest. Could it be that thing?
Could have been that.
Do I need to roll anything to figure out if that's what it was?
You didn't see what it was last night.
No, but could I?
Is the glittering similar?
Yeah. Would it plausibly be that I saw glistening?
What to roll? If you can suggest a way that you could figure that out and sell it to me, I can't think of a way.
Maybe nature or I'm trying to think like.
Investigation.
I could see
Putting
history.
them together.
I'll give the nature. Yeah, I'll say nature. If you roll real good.
Oh god.
Ugh.
Oh.
Very so this thing as it's heading towards the forest, as it's out of sight, it becomes like a speck on the horizon before it lands in the forest.
See, a
which is,
young crystal dragon.
a young crystal dragon, and it's very small when it hits the forest. The thing that you saw glimmering and shining was brighter, more reflective, and bigger. Whatever it was, I'm not saying it's a creature, I'm not saying it's an item. Whatever it was you saw was more reflective, sparkled in a slightly
This
different
is
way.
not
and
gonna
bigger.
go well. Laffy's just gonna sit around and go, no, it was bigger than that.
I'm having second
Sorry?
thoughts about it's bigger. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do we
great.
still want to go in the forest?
I mean, you would all know, like I say, they are neutral. This isn't like walking across a big, like a tiger. This is like this is, I want to say walking past
See
someone
the
in the street
squirrel.
you've never met, but it's like these things genuinely do not care whether.
Yeah,
you
they
guys,
usually leave things alone unless they're.
Yeah,
provoked.
they don't get. This isn't something that's just going to attack you unless you provoke it. Like,
Yeah, I don't think
all
Lou
of you
would know that. I don't think Lou is
oh,
very
probably
aware
not
of
Lou. Yeah, Lou's
of
probably
the Dragon
Lou.
Encyclopedia or something like that.
Would I know
Definitely-
anything more specific about crystal dragons?
Definitely, Kudo, Azalea, and Wolf would know that they are like not prone to, like, this one lives near a sea and no one's done anything about it, as an indication of how little these things care about people. But if you want to roll, if any of you want to roll like history, or if anyone wants to roll another nature check to see what I can give you about crystal dragons. 16. Okay.
I assume. I mean, I wouldn't get advantage because it's not favoring them.
No, it's not.
I think all the same.
You might roll another nat 20. Ugh, 6 from Azalea. Yes.
The only one that would be high is survival, but I assume you wouldn't allow that.
Survival is like
It's up to you.
Tracking
nature in
something.
like practical nature, like tracking it. Yeah. It's just always a weird one, nature and survival.
Yeah, I never really know. So I'll just do nature. 'cause it's
Nature.
neutral.
Oh no, survival.
Yikes.
Can't have good luck all the time.
Okay, I will say this, Laffy, specific to... Oh, nat 1 from Kudo. We got 5, 6,
Yeah.
and a 7 there, guys. Well done.
Nice.
Big brain.
Laffy, I'll tell you specifically this, right?
Uh-huh.
Crystal dragons are not in of them. Well, they are dangerous, but in the same way that you, Lafette, are dangerous. You can be a dangerous person
Same way
to
a
know.
bear is dangerous.
You are beset with danger. With people you travel with are dangerous as well. They are not likely to attack, but crystal dragons specifically are very near and dear to your hearts, because crystal dragons are obsessed with reading the stars, recording their observations of the night sky, tracking signs written in the starlight. They are like trackers of it. They are also would be very you know as well, the breath, their dragon breath is radiant. That doesn't mean celestial, or it's like they breathe like starlight. These things are like,
Can I make friends with a dragon?
if there were any dragon that you were to bump into, this is the one you'd be excited to bump into.
Okay, so my excitement earlier was justified. It's a crystal dragon?
Hey,
Oh my god!
before we knew, no, but
I mean, you guys don't know that. You guys just know these guys are...
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Laffy, I think knowing that, if we are going to go in, we should all go in and we should not split up.
Why are we even considering going in? There's a dragon there.
Yeah, but it's not. You know.
But it's not a chromatic dragon. I feel like unless you're too loud, Lou, I think we'll be fine.
I'm the quietest here. You don't even hear my footsteps.
You're the one who's shouting.
It's a dragon, and you guys want to go near it.
Well,
Laffy's just gonna turn and look at Lou and go, please, with these big puppy dog eyes.
I don't think it's the worst idea in the world. Dragons aren't necessarily a bad thing.
some of
do
them,
you
yes, but
mean?
these ones are not too bad.
Haven't you heard the stories about dragons racing armies down to the
Hey,
ground?
not all
Yeah, like
dragons
red
are evil.
Dragons, that's a crystal
A
dragon.
dragon is a dragon. I
That's
don't
racist.
know
No,
if
that
there's
is
like
racist. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know this.
She's gonna cover Rusty's ears. No!
Yeah, like so Rusty is like dragon.
It's like Dragonkin, yeah.
Yeah. He
How is
Rusty,
Rusty reacting to the fact that
were
we're talking about a
specifically
dragon?
not related to dragons.
Rusty's
a
eyes
dragonborn.
are like, one of them is looking to the east and one of them is looking to the west.
So he's not
and
reacting.
in between them there is nothing.
Riptide, what do you think?
I will put it out there. I fucking love dragons.
Yes.
See, 'cause I've got this thing on my neck, and she like pulls, like she kind of pulls her hair back, and she shows this. I think you've seen it before. I've definitely mentioned it before.
Yeah.
She's got
The
this.
tattoo, yeah.
It looks like a tattoo, and it's
Birthmark,
this
isn't it?
winding this dragon. She's got this birthmark on my neck. And it's of a dragon, and my parents said it was that I was meant to do great things. So of course they were very disappointed with me when I said I was going to go be an adventurer. But I would love. I've never met a dragon outside of the water.
Can we go say hi?
It has this Like,
Lou, I'll give you
It-
3 copper.
God damn it, make it 4.
Yes.
You
she like
this.
she like grabs 5 copper and puts it in your hand.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
So
And then she's
practically
the
bouncing.
A very meaningful look, trying to convey, I am fucking trying. You better not make me regret this.
So you're heading into the forest then?
The only thing I want to say is that either I assume Laffy probably just runs first if she can.
No, not after what you said.
Yeah. So like
She'd
maybe
be quite cautious.
yeah. So like maybe if those guys start walking ahead, we'll just say, just give us a second, just like holding onto like Laffy's hand. Once everyone's sort of gone, she just looks at Laffy and like out loud just says, "I know that they're not outwardly evil, but they're still very powerful,
I know.
and we do still need to be careful.
Mhm.
It's nothing to be meddled with, and dragons are very... They can be influenced very easily by certain words. Try not to offend it. Just
Me?
well, just in general. Like too big of emotions in any way could set it off.
Okay.
So just breathe."
You breathe
She
through your
just
snotty.
No, she's feeling better. She's not
Okay.
as dead as I am.
So then after that, Wolf just like kisses Laffy on the forehead and starts walking.
Okay, cool.
Laffy's trying
Forest
so
Blue
hard
is
to be
running
calm.
from tree to tree, hiding behind each one.
Well, so it's
each one.
plains until you get there. I will say as well, there was like reaction from the crowd. Like some people did point it and like not run screaming. This isn't Godzilla landing in Tokyo. This is a like natural reaction to a very large, potentially carnivorous creature. They just kind of like give it a bit of a berth. Like
"Ooh."
everyone's walking on the left-hand side of the road, kind of thing. But no panic.
So
You
it's the
guys
same
head
like
towards-
when a helicopter passes by.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah. You guys start heading towards the forest, and you reach the trees. This isn't like the forest you were in last time. This is much more like the forest that Kudo and Azalea grew up in. It's probably about 5 miles, like 5 square miles worth of forest. It's not super.
Okay, so it's pretty small.
Cool, yeah, relatively small forest, more and more copse of trees. But like you would know, Wolf, this people don't tend to walk through it because it is pretty wild in here. Obviously, just seen the Dragonland in there as well. I mean, that probably has something to do with it.
Says enough.
Yeah. Say no more, my friend. You start winding your way through.
Wolf would just say as they go in, just everyone just try and stay a little bit quiet. This is very wild, and just try and keep a lookout. I don't know what's in here.
Can you all roll me stealth checks, please?
Yes.
Oh.
And I have advantage.
Wait, can I cast Pass Without Trace?
If you want to, yeah.
I mean, just to give everybody
Yeah,
a little bit of
that's
extra.
I mean, it's up to you if you want to. Though.
That's
I'm gonna stop you.
35.
I mean, all what I would say as well is like, do you like? Yeah, I was. If you think that's what Laffy would do, yeah, sure. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying like, you're very keen to get there. You seem
No, I know, but seeing everybody else sneak, she'd probably be like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah.
this is what
Yeah,
we're
goddamn
doing."
win.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's some pretty high stealth checks there. So let me just roll.
I rolled higher than the rogue.
Guys,
Way.
with
Ooh.
with the dragon here, are the normal animals that live here going into frenzy, or
It's not.
should we
I
worry
think you
about
have a
that?
very skewed perception about dragons. Not all of them are.
I don't know shit
Shh.
Yeah. So you would know as well.
about Diri, and I should not approach them.
Luke, keep your voice down.
I'm
So you-
panicking. We're going towards the dragon.
Lou is from like the high giant country.
Hey, James,
as well.
I don't know that.
She told you
Wolf
that.
does. I don't.
Yeah, I
have
did
you?
told you that I came from Nets.
Yeah.
Okay,
She's,
okay,
yeah,
sorry.
she's from way from the north. Yeah.
Okay.
Way from the north. So this is probably the first dragon she's ever seen. So you're worming your way through this. Somebody
worming.
rolled dreadful stealth check, which I'm really thankful for.
Well, 18 is the lowest.
Yeah, that is the lowest. Yeah, and that is well.
That is very low.
Well, we haven't rolled for dear old Rusty with his disadvantage on
And
stealth. Why does it ask me to do that? Come on, roll with advantage. Disadvantaging. come on, you ass clown. Yep, Rusty's
Oh
clanking
my
through the
God.
forest.
What about Riptide?
Riptide
Doesn't matter anymore. But...
Probably doesn't matter anymore. Riptide is pretty stealthy comparatively. Yeah, she's
Dang,
30,
nice.
32. Riptide's like blue skin, like because she's walking through the thing. She's like strobing in.
Yeah, pink hair isn't standing out.
Fucking zebra. Like it's incredible. She just disappears into the forest. But like Rusty and Kudo are like clanking away in the background with their little legs trying to clamber over.
But I mean,
things.
Riptide, Wolf, and Lou are all just invisible.
Yeah. The rest of you are really, really stealthy. You just got these two fucking clown shoes people with you at the back. But you work your way through. You, Laffy, you kind of, from where you saw it, you get the feeling you know where you're going. So would you like pull to the front a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you all notice that Laffy is like heading to the front of the queue. A little bit, and the rest of you just kind of follow in like a a Mighty Ducks flying V behind.
Wolf is just like right next to Laffy, just probably like because like stealthy, like crouching down next to her, just walking right next to her, and like listening out or looking out for anything.
Okay, are you making perception check?
Yeah.
Would you like to make a perception check then?
Someone died.
All of you can. Yeah. Also, Lou, I would answer your question. The forest, like. Okay, the forest is reacting, but I can't tell you what's reacting to unless you roll me a nature check. Is this thing going to be stealthy? I don't think this is going to be stealthy.
21.
Yeah.
So what a dragon's stealth is.
I won't worry about it. So, Luke, you feel that the animals are reacting more to you and your presence in this than they are to the dragon.
Because I mean, even though they're big things, dragons are like natural.
Yeah.
So can I make the assumption that this might be where the dragon frequents because the animals have so
pretty chill about it.
And also, like, I don't think a squirrel has a great deal to worry about from a dragon. You know what I mean? Especially
either it dies instantly or it's like
yeah. So it's like, I mean, it could obliterate me, but it has no need to.
And like if it would, I probably wouldn't feel it. It would just
exactly.
gone, disintegrated.
To be fair, rats and mouses still freak out with elephants. And I assume it's
elephants
like
also
that.
freak out about.
I don't know. So you're worming your way through the trees. You hear I think you all start to notice it. I think with a 21 Laffy would know if first, followed by anyone like just the general party. And it's what's pulling you forward. There is this bubbling sound.
Oh,
my crossbow.
It's like a fish tank. But like, I don't know. This is what I pictured. I will pull out Whisper and activate the right on it, just so you know.
Okay.
But like, I
was going to say, Laffy, how do you feel about that? Because you think this is like, imagine someone told you they've got a new dog. Like that's the level of excitement.
Yeah.
You'll be feeling, and like I've got my club for seals.
Yeah, since Wolf said like don't show too much emotion, she's like really trying to like keep her excitement at bay. But it's like that, when your heart's like beating in your chest and you can hear it in your ears, and she's just like kind of thing, just like looking around trying to find this. Well, the thing that she was looking for, but also very like aware that she could run into a dragon at any minute.
Kudo, for the first time since you've in the last few days, the sword is starting to react. The sword is real excited about something.
Oh.
Okay.
It's kind of wrecked on that. I'm not going to do that. Sorry.
You've rolled a
It wasn't the
d6.
damage. It's fine. I'll take the 6 when next time I do it. I was just thinking about it. That's probably not the smartest idea.
Yeah, it's up to you. If you wanna slightly...
I won't. I'm not.
Yeah. Okay. But if you do, no.
If you want me to, I will. It's fine.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. But you, so have you got your Whisper away, or have you got it out? Just not
I
right
sort
now?
of
or you just kind of
I have it because you said it like comes
ready.
into parts.
Yeah.
Like I probably have it made and like under the sort of like cover that I have, like the I don't know what's the word, like the half cape. Probably have it under that, like ready, but not. I'm not touching it. Yeah.
Okay. So this sound that's coming is coming from ahead of you. It's not regular like a fish tank. It's like blub 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 blub.
Like a blub blub blub. It's not like lava, is it?
it's not a million miles away from lava. There is like a
Or like, okay, is it like a?
smell.
I was gonna say like an acid flat, or like a. Do you know what I mean? So like those.
Yeah,
like
that you would not think that's that. The more acidic stuff happens closer to the like southwest.
Yeah,
like,
I'm just wondering because could it feasibly be that?
It could not with it outside of the realms of possibility.
So like a geyser.
Yeah, that would be a better guess, like a hot spring. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's going to go towards Solis. I'm going to flank, and she's going to go more left than the group.
Okay.
As you do that in your head, Lou, you just hear, if you're going to do that, either stay quiet, and if we do meet something, if we do meet the dragon, try and come back around because we don't want to scare it.
He just nuts.
Okay. You after a few more minutes, you there's like a dip in the ground, and through the trees you can see this. It's not. Well, would it be a dip? It's like a slight ground depression. I know we have a lot of depressed ground in this campaign.
There's a lot of depressed ground.
A lot of depressed ground in this campaign.
James, you did this.
Bro. I did this myself. It's fucking iron sconces all over again. It's a large area of where the ground is like slightly muddy and sunk slightly, and you can see through the trees. There's this large. It looks like a pond, except the water's bubbling. It's not. It's like it's gently steaming as well. And behind these two slightly sunken ponds, which Laffy putting two and two together, this is what was sparkling. These ponds were sparkling.
Yeah.
Is this large rocky outcrop, and the dragon is sat on top of the rocky outcrop, but not like sat waiting. Have you ever seen a long-necked dog sit not fully on a sofa?
Yeah.
Like its neck is like it's like flopping off.
Yeah.
It looks super uncomfortable. They look like that vibe.
It's chillaxing.
Not like, okay, Wolf's gonna probably get mad at Laffy for this, but not in like a way that's like, ta-da, I'm here, but like not like come out of like hiding and just make it apparent that she is standing there and that she's not a threat.
So you want to announce
step
your
out into the open.
way.
Yeah,
you can do that. Yeah. You still got Pass Without Trace up there, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you getting rid of that or?
Yeah.
Okay. So you drop Pass Without Trace and you step through. I imagine that as you step through, there's like a rustling in the trees. The dragon's eyes snap open and it rolls over, and like there's this moment of like tension as it positions itself, and like it shakes its eyes open and locks down at you. And then there's like a clear moment of confusion. Are the rest of you standing behind the trees, or are you stepping forward?
Once Laffy would have walked out, would have been like probably like put a hand out to like stop, but wouldn't have. And then as soon as the dragon sees her, would have stood up and very outwardly walked, so not to hide herself.
Yeah. And what about that?
I will also walk out.
Okay. The sword is like super excited,
but in a happy, not excited. We're gonna die.
Not anxious. This is for you like. It's anticipatory, like, oh my god, I can't wait for this kind of thing.
Oh
yes, okay.
See, it's a sword as the bad guy all along. No, what about Azalea and Lou? What are they doing?
Just remaining hidden, like she's like a little bit away from the group, and she's going to, like, her hand is like hovering over her.
Okay, and what about Azalea?
I'm like trying to work out how much I want to fuck over Lou. Because I'm like, if I notice this, I'm like, you're an idiot, and I'm trying to drag her out. Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to drag her out by like the back of her clothes.
Okay. So you step forward. The dragon's eyes go wide for a moment, like, and then they see these other people coming through, and they relax slightly. And in your head, in your head, all of you hear this loud voice, very similar to how Wolf communicates, but it's not Wolf's voice. Obviously, it's this dragon's voice, and I'm trying to think of what this voice is going to be because this was a random encounter. It echoes through your minds. This large creature is like, "Sister, is that you?"
Is the dragon looking at someone when it's saying that?
Well, it's big head, but it's looking, seems to be facing Laffy, and then it kind of jumps forward over the pond and lands, like, it just like glides over them and lands very close to, like much closer. I'm going to say that this is a wide area, so it's still like 30 feet away from you, but it drops down and it like steps towards you very delicately, and it's like its head's turning, trying to get a better view of Laffy.
I'm standing right next to Laffy. It's probably like, if Laffy's like in front, I'm like a foot to the side and behind her, like right next to her.
Okay. Does anyone do anything as it does that? It will keep coming towards you.
Laffy's gonna take a very gingerly step forward, and just like, you know, like when you meet a stray dog for the first time and you like hold out your hand so that they can get your scent.
Yes.
It's gonna be
dragon.
Yeah, it's gonna be like
breathe out and
sort of
burn
like
your
that.
hand off.
So the dragon, seeing that, like steps forward and like brings its head right down close to you. Its head. This is a large creature. Let's see, large. So this is. I'll give you the indication. This is the size of probably the largest horse you've ever seen. So like.
Okay, I thought it was bigger than that.
No, it's a
young dragon, so it's
it's not super
massive.
large. It's like from top. So it's like its head will be like 10 feet in the air normally.
It's like a big car.
From like head to rear would probably be the size of like a bus tops.
Oh wow! Okay.
And like probably
pretty big, but not
but not like
huge.
So yeah, again, like large horse, and it brings its head right down close to you, and it's like, and like it's like, as you say, sniffy hands. It's like ignoring your hands. It's like takes this huge deep breath in. Like that, tries to, as it breathes out, there's this like it's like a sparking that you it's like a sparkler sparks are coming out of its nostrils that don't burn you at all. And it's like sniffing. It's like, sister, I smell you. Is this you?
Do we all hear them?
This is in all of your heads.
Okay.
But it's very clear. It's not paying
it's like
any attention.
mainly looking at Laffy. It's not actually all hear us.
And it is speaking in common.
So say, sister, what did the line, sister? Is that you? I smell you, or something.
Yeah, I smell you. Yeah.
It's like Doug.
So it's like right in front of her, like
Oh yeah,
so
it's like horse girl fantasy is going on right now.
So yeah, I was thinking like, you know, when like you put your hand on like a horse's like nose, if you were.
So it's like toothless.
Nose. It's not a nose. Yeah, like a toothless moment. Snout. Yeah. So she like puts her hand. Like she doesn't know what to say because she doesn't know if she is this thing that everybody thinks she is.
So you've seen the picture that I posted into the channel, right? The picture. So the skin color is like this sparkly gem, like crystal white. As you reach out to put your hand on its head, when you do so, your hand is basically the same. Like your skin tone is almost identical. When your hand touches it, it's not like you've gone invisible, but you are like it's the exact same tone. So your hand basically like is camouflaged.
Is she glowing?
It is you or the dragon?
Me.
Are you glowing? That's a question only you can answer.
I mean, she's very, very, very excited, and like she's trying really hard to like stay calm, but her heart like, and I don't know how dragons hear or anything like that, but I feel like if it had a good sense of hearing, it would probably hear her heart beating like tenfold.
So your hand touches it, and there's this moment of like it. You know how animals like push into your touch, like not pushing you away, but like lean into it. It does that, and if you glow, it glows.
Oh, I'm so happy right now.
This moment of like the light has hit it perfectly, and there's this kind of disco ball esque effect.
Ripper's head's going crazy.
Yeah, it's having like a cutscene moment.
Yeah,
it's very much that. And then you hear in your head, "You have returned to the pools."
Pools?
The pools, and it's kind of like pushes its head into your hand once more, and then steps back and turns and faces the pools, the pools of the sisters. The springs.
don't know how. I don't even know what she'd say. She'd be so speechless because I would be speechless in this situation. I don't even know what she'd say. But she'd probably just say
saying nothing is an option.
Yeah, but she'd probably just say, "Was it?"
Formlessness is a complete sentence.
Yeah.
How
Was
I feel
it-
80% of the time.
Was it you that was sparkling last night?
It kind of like there's. I don't know how to describe it, but the dragon kind of blushes and goes, "I do not sparkle in the night. I slept. It must have been the pools themselves."
So you said you could smell me, and that I was. You called me sister. What does that mean?
Well, do not be offended. It is a smell that very few others can detect. It is not an odor. It is the smell of that power within, the smell of the springs that I was set here to guard.
Oh. So I was supposed to come here?
We hoped you would.
Is there something I was supposed to do here?
The springs are the springs of the Little Sisters. Their power radiates from within them.
So you believe me to be one of them?
It's gonna look at you, like with a very confused look, and it says, "I have been here alone for many years. I have never met them. I thought, are you not one of the sisters?"
Like, get the wrong mark.
Shit, this is really awkward.
No, I don't know who I am.
It looks quite sad.
Oh,
And like,
why do
kind
I
of
want to
like,
hug this dragon?
like not like really upset. It's more like, oh, poor baby. Oh, what a sweetheart. So he's like, if you do not know who you are, how are we to know? Do your friends know? And it kind of gestures around. Luke, can you make me another stealth check, please?
Yes.
Without the benefit pass, without trace system.
Okay.
22. Okay, it doesn't know you're there at the moment.
I think, because I assume we are all hearing this.
Yeah. This is so its mouth is open, but it's clearly so when it talks. So I don't know if you know this, if you've ever watched one of the black and white Doctor Who's, to indicate when a Dalek was speaking, they had the lights flash. Imagine that somehow with its temples.
Okay. So we are hearing everything the dragon is saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think Wolf says, so that everyone who's around in their heads just says, exactly, I think all signs are pointing to it.
When you do that, the dragon whips its head round and glares at you. Because
Wolf was already tense, and now she just like her eyes are wide. She like takes this like half step back.
Yeah, so it like stalks towards you a little bit and sniffs and goes, "You are not of the dragon kin, yet you possess the power to speak through telepathy."
I say it's out loud. It's something that some of my family can do. My mother can do it, and my sister should be able to do it.
It's kind of glaring down at you, and it goes, "It's been so long since I've seen a humanoid, a creature on two legs." And then it kind of relaxes a little bit and kind of settles back down.
Wolf is still like staring, is so scared.
Yeah, it's like, I did not.
Like she's under the frightened condition.
I did not mean to alarm you. Please accept my apologies.
It's all right.
A friend of the sisters is a friend to us all. If that is what your friend is. It kind of looks at you again, Laffy. Looking at Kudo, the sword is like, it's calmed down a little bit, but it's still really excited. And then he like sniffs the air a little bit and he goes, there is, and it kind of like nudges towards the sword, and like snuffles around Kudo. Like it's really getting up. So have you ever? This is a phrase I use quite a lot when I refer to dogs. Bear with me when I say the word crotch hound. So you know what I mean?
Exactly,
it's like,
what you mean.
Yeah, really up in your business, and it's sniffing around your sword. like really, like no decency, no safe space. It's right up in your giblets.
Great.
Really low down to the ground there.
Yeah, so I mean, this thing's head is probably like, if its head is touching
Triple
the
the
floor,
size of
it's like tit high for you. Yeah, so it's like sniffing around your sword. It's just the sister is in the sword. This is.
Yes.
It turns around and looks at Laffy, and there's like its eyes are a little bit like confused as to what's going on. Like
She doesn't know either.
I just like it.
you share the smell of the sword.
Nobody's ever told me I smell like a sword before, but this is new. So if I am a little sister, why do I need to be here at the pools? Why was I led here?
If you are a little sister, you would know. But the pools are of restoration, of completeness. If this is before my time. I was told by my sires that sisters would come here if they were hurt, if they were injured, and they would recuperate in the springs. All we are here to do is guard them and reignite them with our radiance.
Did you say that this depression in the ground was like just a mud pool?
So it's like a very small like divot in the ground. So like there's a dry bit, a drop of like 3 or 4 inches, and then like a bit of mud, and then these pools of bubbling liquid.
Okay, she's going to approach one of these pools of bubbling liquid. If the dragon allows it.
Yeah, allows it. He's keeping an eye on you. He kind of like canters around you and jumps back up onto the rocky outcrop it was sat on, and he looks down. He kind of like folds his arms, his dragon legs in front of him, and puts his chin on there and watches what you're doing.
Puts on the reading glasses.
Yeah,
oh,
he goes,
he's so cute.
If you are the sister, the pool will reinvigorate you. However, beware. Legends say if you are not, it will burn you.
She's just gonna like turn and look at everybody and be like, "Do I do it? Like, what do I help?"
No, it's like whispering to herself, "Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it."
Wolf's gonna step forward, like put a hand on Laffy's shoulder, and just say, "I think you should.
Actually,
from what we've learned, I think this is."
Laffy, before you do that, let me try, since the dragon understands common. Yes. You said any sister, right?
I said, how do you? Sorry, little one. What do you mean?
Little one.
Does it also invigorate one of the sisters if she's not in a human form?
I just work here, my dude.
No, I don't know shit.
You're gonna dip your sword in the
It
pool.
may well be that the sword is invigorated.
Don't burn your sword.
I don't know. I've never seen. This is the first. You are the first creatures I have spoken to in hundreds of years.
Well, I'm gonna. You know, when you hold the sword in both of your hands, I'm gonna just lower it into the pool.
Okay. Laffy,
no.
are you waiting? Because there are 2 pools.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Okay. It would be cool if you both worked in the same time. So, Kudo, you put the sword in, and there is like a bubbling, like frothing, effervescent quality to the blade when you put it in.
I hate the word frothing.
Okay. Fizzy. It's not as evocative, but okay. There's this effervescent quality to it. It's like you put you put like magnesium into water, kind of.
Sizzling.
Yeah, it's starting to sizzle. It's not eroding the blade in any way. In fact, it seems to like the brightness of the blade under the sunlight seems to be getting sharper. The heartbeat, which was kind of like calmed down a little bit and then got slightly apprehensive as the dragon had got slightly more apprehensive, and as Laffy had got a little bit confused. The heartbeat is now thunderous, like it's like almost difficult to hold on to. Laffy as well, you sense that the sword is like, it's like I don't know how to say this. I don't know how many of you have ever done speed or poppers. I certainly never have, so I can't imagine. But let's say that for a moment, all the blood rushes to your head, and you're like all the blood vessels. So it's a rush. So you get this absolute rush of oxygen to your brain, and it's like fight or flight, but without any of the anxiety. It's just like this rush of energy.
Is that me or the sword?
This is the sword.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's the sensation you get from the sword, is you've just given Miranda a fat line.
Oh my god.
God damn, didn't know a sword could be a banker.
Yeah. So and it's like it's in there, and it's like starting to shake, and it's starting to like after a couple of seconds, the heartbeat starts getting slightly frantic. Too much.
Get me out! Get me out! Get me out!
Yeah, I will.
Safe word. Safe word.
I will pull her out.
Pineapples.
Okay,
Pineapples.
Yeah, pineapples. Yeah. The heartbeat kind of simmers down. The sword hasn't on the outside changed. There's a slight changing of the rippling in the Damascus steel like effect, but the physicality of the sword hasn't changed. But there's this element of power that wasn't in there before. Like you feel like the sword is like you've just put fresh batteries in it, kind of thing. If that makes sense.
Fully charged.
Well, I won't say fully charged. I will say that it's taken from the dormant version to the slumbering version to the dormant.
Ooh.
So seeing this, she's just gonna look at Kudo and be like, "Is it safe?"
I think. By the way, since I would have had to put my fingers into the water as well to hold the sword, obviously.
Would you?
Mm-hmm. I mean, you wouldn't have to have that. You could have.
If it was just a blade, you could.
I mean,
oh,
if
okay.
you want to have, that's up to you.
Can I just like
I wouldn't
dip one one pinky finger in just to see?
You know Indiana Jones when he touches the skull?
Oh no!
Just disintegrates.
It sucks ass when you put your hand in.
Okay.
It sucks absolute ass. It's you basically put your hand in boiling water.
Oh,
okay, yeah, I'm gonna pull back out. That's no. Is this damage? I don't have the thingy open.
So your dragon weapon was slumbering before, so that's
that damage?
So your weapon.
Oh, this is when it gets fun.
Yeah, you now gain a +1 bonus attack to damage rolls making this weapon. On a hit, the deals an extra D6 radiant damage.
So good. Every hit, it's crazy.
Every hit.
Oh my god!
Nice.
You do have a extra item, I would guess.
I don't, but I can tell you.
It's very easily made.
Really easily done.
Would that
It's basically what happened to
like a rare magical item?
It goes
becomes
to rare, yeah.
Damn.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I feel like Laffy would like kneel down on the floor right next to this pool and just like very slowly like reach towards it to like put her hand in.
Okay.
Like her hand is shaking as she's doing this. She's like terrified.
She's trying and failing not to be nervous.
As you are you leaning over it? Like, can you see your reflection in the pool?
Yeah.
So as you look down, obviously your reflection is your reflection, and as the water's slightly rippling, so is your reflection, but it's like rather than like it's warping like it normally does on water, it's rippling in a way that is changing very small features. Like, for example, your hair is like we've described it as being like Rapunzel-esque a few times. It's changing to be slightly shorter at some points, slightly kind of more chaotic, kind of like a little bit bushier in some instances, very slick in others. Your features remain the same, but your expression, your the inner laughiness of the face changes. So she's usually quite warm and bubbly and outgoing, and it changes. She's slightly more stoic, or she's a little bit more cheeky. She's like happy. She's a little bit sad. She's all these different things. As you reach out to get it to touch it, are you just putting your hand in, or yeah, okay. So you put your hand in, and for you, it's just warm at the moment.
Just not hurting.
Not hurting. Very, very inviting.
So, so I'm guessing she needs to get in for it to have an effect.
Yeah, Riptide. Yeah, Riptide. Yeah. Don't worry about taking your clothes off. Just jump in.
So like,
Cannonball!
is there like an edge that she could like throw her legs over to like put her legs in?
I was for the sake of argument, yes.
Do you want me to get a towel so hide? Oh.
It's okay.
The sisters need no towels.
So she
What does that mean?
dangles her legs over and like submerges her legs into the thing, and then like very slowly like pushes off the edge and like gets in fully.
Okay, cool. Right, we'll leave it there then.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that, you bitch.